Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris with you. That's me. That's Danny Marang. To my left, land record for eating a burrito in about 4 minutes. It was less than that. Disgusting.
It was less than that.
It's Casey Smith on the ones and twos back there holding it down.
Yeah.
Maybe the one adult of the three of us right now.
Yeah. Well, when you forget your food, that's what happens.
Why don't you just, I don't know, like you got here at 9:40. Why don't you have it delivered at 9:40?
Oh, I ordered it on the way here.
You need to order it early.
I know. I wasn't thinking. Well, I didn't realize that I forgot my food until I was halfway here. I was like, crap.
I can smell you now. Just oozing burrito out of your face.
Burrito?
Yes.
It might still be some of my mustache.
Oh, God, I'm going to need that garbage can over here next to me just in case.
I'll tell you, it was pretty tasty.
Hello. Hi. Happy Friday. We've made it to the weekend. I hope everybody's having a great Friday, and judging by the roads out there, you are having a wonderful Friday because you're not at the office.
Yeah, I know. It's like the last day of school for a lot of people. So.
Oh, really? My kid's got all next week still. I have two things that I need to share with you, gentlemen. One was a text that I sent you guys yesterday to no response. On my way home yesterday, it took me over an hour to get home.
I laughed.
Because, well, what do I always say? And someone crashed their car on the I-5 bridge.
How long did it take you?
It took me about an hour.
Not the worst, but not great either.
And all because I hung out here for 50 minutes after the show. BSing with Joe, ate a little bit of food, dinking around with some production stuff for Timber's Fan. It's easy. It's a Thursday. I'm going to get home, and I get to, the Skidmore Bridge on I-5 North, and I'm just stopped.
I can't tell you names of bridges.
No?
Nah.
Oh, man, I think I know. Oof. Well, on I-5, I know them all, because you got the I-5 bridge, you have the Marine Drive overpass, then you get to Lombard, Rosa, Ainsworth, Killingsworth after Ainsworth, Alberta, Skidmore, Going, Fremont, and then I'm here.
Yeah, I got nothing.
To the left of the Fremont is the Steel Bridge.
Steel Bridge and Burnside Bridge, those are probably the only ones I can really. Ross Island.
I'm about to get real friendly with the St. John's Bridge when they shut down I-5 South.
Yeah, dude.
Get real friendly with that bridge.
I'm sure that's not going to back up whatsoever.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It's going to take you an hour and a half to get here on the daily.
I used to live in St. John's. I lived in St. John's for a year when I first moved back to Portland. I love St. John's.
I got a couple buddies live out there.
Shout out that neighborhood. If you're driving in that neighborhood right now, honk your horn. Number two to share with you, gentlemen, this morning. My wife bought a sectional for our bonus room upstairs. And pretty sizable purchase in the Harris household, and everyone's real excited. They're not cheap. Everyone's real excited. We're about to load this bitch up in our bonus room, make it a nice, fun family entertainment center. And all the boxes showed up 2 days ago. And so I brought them all in. I opened them all up. I've got to assemble this thing. No problem. I don't mind reading instructions. Then I realize I'm missing a box.
Oh, no.
And it's the part of the couch that pulls out and connects the chase lounge to the side seats. I was like, this sucks. It's going to take probably 2 weeks for this missing box to show up.
And it's your corner piece?
It's the central piece.
Oh, it's the central piece.
Central piece.
Oh, they say connecting is in the sense of like, okay.
No, it's like one side connects to one side of it, and then the other side connects to the other side. It is literally the main attraction here.
That seems kind of important.
Now, my wife also, for my birthday, bought me a new, chair that I can sleep in for my office because I would like to take naps in silence with, a baseball game on. And that showed up yesterday. So I was like, oh, exciting. At least I'll have this. And the wife's working on the, customer service. I got to figure out how to get this. Which box number is it? I think we're missing box B.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the chair showed up with just the lounge part and not the actual chair because in the other box is the missing piece from the sectional. And then the main part of the chair is showing up today. Why did we not explain this to people? Why was I under the assumption that they're like, your sectional arrived today. The next day, your chair arrived today. And it's like, no. Some of your pieces arrived today. Some arrived tomorrow. And some, now in real time, will arrive tomorrow. I was looking forward to taking a nap in my chair today, watching afternoon baseball, getting ready for a Friday night with the family. Not going to happen.
Well, I mean, you can do it just somewhere else.
I know. And lots of times I take a nap in my own bed. I got a TV in my room.
There you go.
But like I'm trying to like close the door, put a little lock on it. Maybe me and the dog just kind of snuggle up.
I don't want to hear about this. I've got a sectional, and the lady, when she first saw it, she was like, "I don't like it." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'm getting new furniture."
See, that was the benefit when my wife and I started dating and I moved in with her. I was like, "Hey, babe, you want any of this furniture?" And she just looked at me and she was like, "What do you think?" And I go, "It's true. I got this couch for free. I got this bed for free." Yeah, pure bachelor life. I had no problem letting it go.
Yeah, no.
None of it cost money.
Yeah, no. It's the sectional was nice. It was not cheap. So.
Yeah, my entire apartment is filled with things that I still have from college.
Oh yeah.
From people throwing it out.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that yet, Casey.
All the
you
furniture
got time.
I own is other people.
You got plenty of time. There were probably like a litter of kittens born on the couch. Like, it's okay, dude. I totally understand.
We've all
that.
been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Someone's puked on that couch a couple times.
Do you still have your bed shoved in the corner?
No.
Okay.
You got a bed frame?
I got a bed frame.
Okay, all right.
To be fair, it's my girl's bed frame. So
It's okay. But the bed frame is the huge step up. It's the huge step up. Guys, if you got a mattress on the ground, I know things are expensive.
I had a receipt from 2020 fall out of my couch the other day.
Nice.
That is awesome. Ooh, what was it for?
It was a Walgreens receipt.
Okay.
Oh,
did you open it up and like,
what was it?
what did I buy?
It was like a $3 coupon off of, and I got the section or the couch that I have from a buddy of mine that I lived with. It was obviously his because I'm going, the last time I was in a Walgreens was probably during COVID.
I would love to see a random Walgreens receipt of mine. I used to shop at Walgreens a lot because when I lived in Overlook, Arbor Lodge, that Walgreens was the best place to go for like toiletry and prescriptions stuff because the Fred Meyer on Interstate
That's all locked up.
and Lombard is straight Thunderdome in North Portland. Shout out Interstate Ave. So I used to go to Walgreens all the time. I would love to see a receipt from Walgreens from 10 years ago, just to see what I got. Okay, I got some deodorant. Ooh, a chocolate bar. Feeling spicy.
I can't remember the last time I bought a chocolate bar. You like just grab a Hershey's off the counter?
No.
Okay.
No, I buy the big bricks from Trader
God.
Joe's.
Yeah, I can't get down. But no, we did the bed shopping together, and so I got safe there. So the new bed. Speaking of bed frames, it's got the split head. So it's like the fully adjustable, zero gravity, all the cooling and.
Dude, your Odyssey money is clearly better than my Odyssey money.
Still not great, but it's it was one of those things where it's like, look, man, if you're gonna spend money on something, spend it on a bed. Like of all the things that you're gonna spend money on, like I have a nice office chair, I have a nice bed, my couch is not like the things that you spend time sitting, or laying, or working on, all those kind of things. Spend the money.
I think I'm going to get seat covers for my car.
Oh, there you go.
I want to get some of that like New Mexico indigenous tribal art style.
Wow.
Well, it's cool. What? I think it looks really cool.
You gonna come in wearing a headdress next?
Maybe.
I don't think you can do that.
Why not? Just
For a lot of reasons.
Just showing my love and support.
I think the most you can do is a dream catcher.
Yeah. You could put a dream catcher on the mirror.
A dream catcher hanging from my rearview mirror. Very spiritual, you know. I'm very spiritual.
A few peacock feathers?
Why can't I? Is it just cultural appropriation?
I think it's probably some of that,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially if they see you getting out of the car.
Are you trying to share with everyone that I'm what?
I'm just like, I don't know, man. Can you get out of the car wearing a dashiki?
I mean, I think if it was religious based,
Not in this month.
if my wife were Muslim, could she not wear a hijab
Sure.
despite being a white lady from state of Washington?
But she could, but you can't wear a kufi because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Although, dude, some of that stuff is really badass looking.
I mean, look.
Like Abdul Carter, when he goes to a red carpet, I'm like, dude, you look good. You look real good.
I mean, Wemby showed up in his.
Nah, that looks like I'm a monk and I don't have any money because we don't have material possessions.
No, that wasn't.
Although that thing probably cost $5,000.
That wasn't a monk robe. That was an Islamic robe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I need to brush up on my on my wardrobes in different cultures.
God, Eid. I can't remember what the holiday was, but yeah, no, it wasn't. People conflated those two things because he went and worked with the monks. And they're like, oh, it's a monk robe. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That was where my brain went because I am
I know.
uncultured swine and a drain on society.
I think people just don't know.
Eid al-Hada,
There you go. Yep.
the Feast of Sacrifice. It's the second major Islamic holiday.
The Feast of Sacrifice?
Commemorates Prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience to God.
Damn. I should read the Quran. Bet you they got badass stories in there.
Yeah, Bible, Quran, Torah, they all kind of have a lot of same starting points.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I'm going to get
Say
fired.
aren't the first three books all pretty much the same?
There's delineations,
Okay.
so I like mine.
You can all have yours. I hope you all enjoy it.
Shout out King James.
Yeah, I'm not walking down this. I'm not walking down this aisle.
No, it's okay.
Oakley dokley, is it time enough to move along? Let's do it. All right, we got a great Friday show for you tonight. Game 2, the NBA Finals will hit us in action. We'll preview that. Cities lying about their NFL stadiums and just some NFL nuggies as well. Why you should not talk to the Boston media. We'll get to that in hour number 2. And some Seattle sports news today as well. But let's start in college football. Kind of let the time pass a little bit in these Senate committee hearings about the Protect College Sports Act. The Notre Dame athletic director said some interesting things, and that's where we'll start. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest.
10:17 here, Portland sports leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day, or you can jump over on the YouTubes. 105.1 The Fan is the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, jump into the chat, play along with us, but be nice to each other over there. And I'm looking at you right now, okay? You guys are teetering on some NSFW over there, all right? Knock it off.
Teetering.
They might have full teetered. Teetering into a full teetering?
I'm not touching that.
How does that, like, what is teetering short for? Teeter?
Into a full totter.
Into a full totter. Teeter into a totter. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just letting you handle all that.
A lot to get to this hour. Some college football nuggies, and we'll talk a little golf as well, a little leftovers from yesterday. Danny, you put this on our show prep doc, and I loved it because I believe you said, agreeing with Notre Dame, question mark? I take it all back.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it piss you off when your rival does something you're like, that's kind of a good idea?
Well, no, it's what I've been saying for, 3 years?
And now they're on your team, and you're like, damn it.
Yeah. Ross Ellinger has this from Pete Bavacqua.
I have the audio.
Oh, do we have it now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I have
nice.
the audio. This is Pete Bavacqua on the Super Conference in front of the Senate committee hearing thingamajig.
My second concern is if you want to truly maximize the media value around the largest sport in terms of eyeballs, which is college football, I do think the best way to do that is a super league, and I certainly don't want a super league. I'm not sure anybody necessarily wants a super league. Flooding the market, aggregating the market, bringing it to an aggregate form to major media companies, I'm not sure that's going to drive the value some say it will. If you wanted to maximize media value around college football, I think you would take 24 to 30 teams, create unbelievably competitive scheduling where a team like Notre Dame would play Alabama, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, and start to get a number that more closely resembles an NFL number. I could be right, I could be wrong, but that's why I was encouraged that it's a voluntary application and that a lot more work could be done over the course of the next series of years to see if the value could prove itself out.
Look, here at Notre Dame, we are not interested in this, but if we are in the interest of great football games and money, which we are, this is how we would do it.
We don't want to do it, but go ahead and let me lay out the entire plan of how we would do it. We haven't thought about it once, but let me go ahead and it's
Petiti, Sankey, never heard of them.
Yeah, no, it's the Cleveland Browns and Sorsby.
Never had a conversation.
No, we never had a conversation about it. They have gone through literally every single machination of that. Because look, they're not dumb. Mm-mm. That's why when everybody sits up there, well, we want this and we want this and we want this and actually it's this and this, like, how come everything you're doing is leading me to believe that you're lying to me right now?
Well, and that's the I think the weirdest part about the whole thing is if he's anti the super conference, okay, let's take him for his word for a moment. He's anti the super conference, and maybe Petiti and Sankey are also anti the super conference. But you just laid out how your sport makes more money, which is basically your jobs as the athletic director or the director of athletic operations, whatever you want to call it. Your job is to be financially viable and make more money. As college football gets more expensive every single year with NIL rosters, TV deals, and everything that comes along with that, you just outlined how to make more money. You just basically said if we did this, we'd compete with the NFL. Mm-hmm. The NFL is God. And you're saying this would give us NFL numbers. How are you not on board for that?
Because they can't be the one that drives a stake in it.
Well, someone's gotta.
I know, nobody wants to. Nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Oh, dude, man, you know what? I can sit here and bitch and moan and yell at your USC Trojans and the UCLA Bruins and tell them they ruined my life, and yell at Oregon and UW, you were next and you ruined my life, and Arizona State, you ruined my life too. And here we are 3 years later, and nobody cares. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares that some two schools got left behind. The only reason these two schools are talked about is because A, I went there, and B, Oregon State's in our backyard. Alabama don't care about Oregon State and Wazoo.
Nope.
Pennsylvania doesn't care. Be the bad. Someone's going to have to be the bad guy, and you might as well just do it. And I'll tell you what,
because Notre Dame already is.
Dare I say, make Notre Dame the bad guy
because they're not affiliated with any conference.
They don't have to be. They're just like, you know what, guys? I think we're going to stay this independent thing. How would you like to join us?
It's the spoiled rich kid thing. I'm like, just pin it on them.
But does Notre Dame win anything by breaking down the institution, or do they get lifted up by upholding the institution?
Well, I think that's the interesting counter argument with Notre Dame specifically is they already play by their own rules. Mm-hmm. They already have their own TV deal. I don't know what their revenue is. I'm sure they don't share what their actual revenue is based off TV, ticket sales, merchandising, everything that goes into what your profitability is. I think we saw Oregon numbers. We've seen Ohio State numbers, at least operating costs, and then what the revenue is, and it's like 200% increase, 100% increase, something like that.
Notre Dame generated $235 million in revenue.
See, would Notre Dame make more money in a super conference? I don't know that. But if Notre Dame went out and paraded it as we're the saviors of college football, we're the ones that are going to make this thing work.
Notre Dame is ranked as the 6th most valuable college football college athletic department nationally.
I can't believe we have Forbes rankings for college football teams.
Mm-hmm.
But do you see what I'm saying? If Notre Dame was the one, we're going to take a little bit of money, a little bit less money, but we know this will be awesome for the game. I think that would go a long way for them.
Yeah, I don't.
No?
No.
In public perception?
They don't actually care.
Could I argue that the public perception of Notre Dame is already favorable? Unless you have a skin in the game? Unless you're a diehard Big Ten, a USC, Stanford.
But even then, I think they're looked at as the spoiled rich kid that's already doing their thing on their own, born with a silver spoon and born on third base, however you want to talk about it.
Born on third base? Yeah. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, you hit a home run, but you're born on third base.
Yeah. Look out, the wheels turning inside.
There you go. Which is actually kind of funny because, that we saved Notre Dame from failing during World War II. Probably shouldn't have done that.
The chair force?
No, the ROTC.
The ROTC? Oh, that's what it was, right? Mm-hmm. They would have gone under. It's all your fault, dude.
It always comes back. Should have let him go. But no, in all seriousness, like I don't necessarily want the super conference. I just know that's where this is headed. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm starting to lean towards the super conference, and I think similar to you, but maybe a little different. Mm-hmm. I'm now pro it because I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of every 2 weeks we have somebody like Pete at Notre Dame who wants to tell me what we don't want, but here's what's coming.
Yeah, because we know what's coming because, again, it's being driven by money. And I keep seeing these things, where whether it's Nick Saban or a politician here, like they're trying to put the genie back in the bottle, but they're trying to put the genie back in the bottle to rig the game again for the schools.
Mm-hmm.
So if that means we have to go to a super conference to tell them, give them both a double burden, tell them both to go back where to tell them where they can go put it, that's fine. If that's what we have to do, fine. But here's the thing. There is a bubble to this. It will burst eventually. There is a limit. There is an upper boundary to this because in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, whatever you want to talk about, there's a fixed number of teams. So you have to have a fixed number of teams and you have to have revenue sharing. And that's where you're going to have to pay to play.
If Nebraska rolls into the super conference, they get the same share as a Georgia. Mm-hmm. And this is not a slight at Nebraska. That's a historical program, at least in my lifetime, in the 90s in Osborne and all that. But Georgia's not going to be stoked about that.
Hey, the Carolina Panthers get a revenue share, and Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are right there. And
the same number.
And guess what? The owner of the Carolina Panthers is worth more than Jerry Jones.
Yeah, and then but I think if you're Jerry Jones, to try to find the counter, if you're Jerry Jones, you don't necessarily care that Carolina gets the same revenue share as you because you are quadrupling them in merchandise, ticket sales,
but that's
exposure.
The same's true for Georgia.
And that's what I would think that you would say that. Okay, cool. So Georgia, I'm Ohio State. I made $85 million off revenue sharing last year, and so did Nebraska. But Nebraska on a whole only made $150 million in total revenue to where I'm Penn State and I made
300.
Just throw some random number, yeah.
So in my idea, I think what you have to do is you have to have a salary cap and a salary floor. And I'm not looking to stop potential earning. It has to be the cap and the floor have to be percentages based on revenue.
And I think you have to have a CBA, which we'll get to in a moment. Yes. But I want to ask this real question, just popped in my head. talking about we could compete with the NFL in numbers.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't think that's true either. But the thought of having two separate football leagues, because that's what it would be. All conferences are gone. This is no longer amateur sports.
It hasn't been.
I know, but now it's officially, if we're talking super conference stuff. Can the world sustain two super leagues?
Yes.
In football? We care about football that much?
One on Saturday, one on Sunday.
And the Saturday ones, we never start trying to say, can the Saturdays play the Sundays?
Yeah, no.
You still cap it at 4 years of eligibility there, then it's time to move on. You keep it the pipeline for the next league?
Well, yeah, no, that'll still continue to happen. But the eligibility stuff is something that has to be worked out. But no, it's a separation of church and state. There is. And because the NFL knows that's where their talent comes from. They can't poop in that backyard.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
99% of their talent comes from there.
More than that. But you know what I mean? Like they can't. Because that's the pipeline.
And the NFL's always been real quiet about this stuff too, to your point.
They know.
Roger Goodell, do you have an opinion on college football super? Oh, I leave it up to those guys.
The only time the NBA is kind of peed in that pond was the one and dones. That was it. And the reason for that was they were protecting owners from being stupid. And
from taking kids that just weren't mature enough to
ready.
Have millions of dollars and travel around.
But just mentally, physically, emotionally, they just weren't ready.
Again, 92.7% of FBS Division I players make up the percentage of NFL rosters. 6.5% of FCS Division I players make up NFL rosters, and only 0.8% of Division II and Division III players make up NFL rosters.
So
and then you've got two random dudes that never played college before that walked
played
on
over from Ireland
and play kicker.
Australia.
Played rugby.
Yeah. So it's the pipeline. Casey said it was 99% of it. 99% of it comes from college football.
99.2%.
If college football, to this texter's point, should do a promotion relegation system, if college football had a relegation system, it could get better numbers than the NFL. Hot take.
I don't think it could.
Hot take, and I'm probably wrong, but I might 10 toes down that.
But it would probably be up there.
I mean,
if Alabama,
relegation,
Georgia,
promotion battles,
Oregon, Michigan, USC, Ohio State, if all of a sudden they have a bad year and they're down there fighting.
You have Penn State, James Franklin last year. He gets fired, and they have 3 wins. And they're sitting there at the relegation battle, and they've got a game against Iowa State this week. Loser goes down. I just saw this in the Premier League. We were all watching. We were like, is Tottenham really about to go down? They've never been down. Like, they're the number 2 franchise in England. And we're all glued to the television.
And it would have been a literal $1 billion loss.
Yes.
The way I look at this,
not telling me I care more about that than Panthers, Rams in the wild card game. I might care more about that.
The way I look at this is, yes, the top 20, they're going to get hoisted up. Again, the institutions, the brands that we know as college football, but the teams and the programs that go through the big ebbs and flows that really have difficulty maintaining the longevity that these coaches and these programs have been doing, that's what's going to be harder. It's going to be harder for the TCUs, the smaller programs, for them to, I guess, make the jump to the next level.
But also the smart programs are going to shine.
But the smart programs already shine. We already hoist them up as smarter than what they are.
Yeah.
Just don't be dumb. According to Danny Marang, just don't be dumb.
I'm a big fan of it.
You said a salary cap and a salary floor. Those don't exist without a CBA. Let's chat that next. There's Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight, back again in San Antonio as the Knicks lead 1-0 in the series. Spurs come into the contest as 6.5-point betting favorites as we get set for 5:30 tip-off. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes rallied for 3 goals in the third period to force overtime, ultimately stealing Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 4-3 to tie the series up at 1 game apiece. Game 3 will be back in Vegas as the Knights come into the contest as early 1.5 goal betting favorites. Vegas defenseman Brandon McNabb left the game early after taking a puck to the face in the first period, and his status for the remainder of the Cup Final remains uncertain. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire will host the Phoenix Mercury tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. The Fire come into the contest as 2.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. Finally, some MLB news for you as Yankees outfielder and 3-time AL MVP Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his right first rib, and he is expected to miss some time. Judge will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks as he is expected to return at some point this season. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour.
Talking relegation, promotion. Golf might be doing the same thing. We'll get to that here in a moment. But the commissioner of my conference, Teresa Gould, who I can be plus and minus on if I'm being honest. I think there's some times where I think she kind of has an impossible job of being the commissioner of a broken league. I think being a commissioner of a G5 or a G6 probably has some cool advantages. Our our buddy down at the American. You know, we think he's doing a really great job down there. I think the Pac-12 is a little different kind of beast because it used to be something so grandiose, and now you got to try to get it back to that, and you never will. Because San Diego State's not really USC, despite being in Southern California. Colorado State is not Colorado Boulder, despite being in the same state. And so she kind of has an impossible job. So it's interesting to me that a woman like Teresa Gould is in favor of a CBA, and I'll read some notes here, because it might be the one thing that helps the Pac-12 get closer to being a part of the group. Some statements here. Student-athlete employment. Sorry, I got to get this closer. Student-athlete employment status and collective bargaining. Regarding this topic, the Pac-12 believes the industry should engage in this conversation honestly. Student-athletes today generate significant revenue and help define the identity of the conferences and institutions they represent. The honest conversation begins with recognizing the student-athletes deserve a meaningful and formal voice in the decisions that affect them and building a structure that reflects it. And I think as much as, Danny, you and I agree that we don't really love politics in sports, I don't know how much the law really can say what the SEC and what the Big Ten can and can't do, what the NCAA can and can't do. However, they can get into workers' rights. And if you follow the money trail, everything looks like with NIL, it looks like you are an employee. And if you are an employee and they want to use any sort of other example of any other sport, you're talking collective bargaining agreement.
Well, it's not just that. I've heard people like, well, I mean, it's just like, how are you going to do that? And like literally any other business. Like literally.
Everybody does it.
The people that are out there, it's like, I just don't know how you would do that. Like, we have not just discovered fire.
I have made fire.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the part about this. It's like, well, how would you do this? I don't know. Hire an accounting firm, dog.
Go ask the 1,000 other leagues in the world that are sports that do the same thing.
It's not like, it was like, well, you have so many people. It's just, I'm like, and?
It's going to be really funny if a situation, like using Teresa Gould as an example and the Pac-12 as an example, it is going to be hilarious if a G6 conference forces the hand of the big boys and makes them come back down to earth. That is the most irony, the most ironic, hilarious thing I can think of, and I'm here for it, and we'll giggle like a schoolgirl.
Super League 1, Super League 2.
Do it.
40 teams, 40 teams.
Do it.
Like,
it'd be amazing.
I don't understand why this is so hard. I do. I'm not naive, because there's power at play. The reason Nick Saban's tune has changed is because he's no longer in it.
And he sees an opportunity where he could be in charge.
Yeah. Look at Petiti and what's his name in the SEC? Sankey. Look how much their tunes have changed over the last 3 years.
And it feels like it changes every other day.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as far not just like their ideas, but like where the power is at. All of a sudden, Petiti's out there just peacocking, just flapping away because
6 months ago it was Sankey.
Yeah, it's when there's power to be grabbed. These people aren't dumb. They seize it. I mean, that's, to be honest, that's what she's trying to do here.
I know it drives you guys crazy when I talk about soccer all the time. But do you know that the Championship, which is the second division in England below the Premier League, where they have promotion and relegation, and when they have good players, they get poached by the big teams, just like college football.
Yep.
The Championship in England has something like the third most players represented in the World Cup of any league in the world. It's the Premier League 1, and I think it's the German League 2, and I think the third is the second tier of the English league. That's exactly how this works. But those guys have rules in place, situations in place, employees are taken care of.
Yes.
Because they're employees. This is an amateur sports.
Look, you can have the CBA for Super League 1 and Super League 2 be exactly the same, except the revenue split is different. The same way the revenue split is different in the Premier League and the Championship.
And guess what? The Big Six still make eons more money than everybody else does.
Yes.
Bournemouth finished 6th. Awesome. Chelsea finished 10th. Chelsea made 4 times the money you did.
But Bournemouth has more money in their coffers than they've had in 2 decades.
Without a doubt, because they finished 6th. And then what happened? Their coach is now the coach at Liverpool. Their best player is now on Man City.
But what do they have now?
They got some money to
go
influx.
buy another player, to go hire another coach. That's the whole cycle. If you're, let's just take Oregon State, Washington State. Let's say you run 99-2000 back.
Let's go, baby.
Everybody's juniors. Ocho's gone. Hooch is gone. Jonathan Smith or Dennis Erickson's gone.
Wazoo's 2 years removed from a Rose Bowl.
But
2 years away from another Rose Bowl.
But let's say you finish the season in the national title game and you lose. You're number one team in the country. You run all the way down there. Guess what you now have? You have equity and you have finances. What you do with it is up to you.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. It's literally that simple.
But it's giving you the opportunity to stay there.
And that, when you talk about freedom, like for me, it is not a guarantee of anything. It is opportunity. Do you have opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to play with the big boys, you pony up the money. Let's use some round numbers here, okay? Let's say that the cap is $50 million on a roster. The floor is 25. Just round numbers, right? You've got to spend $25 million. If you can't do that, well then, you got to be in League 2. But you kick ass in League 2, you get promoted, and your revenue goes up.
Because your TV deal gets
you get a guarantee.
That's how they do it in the Premier League. When you get promoted in the Premier League, you get that influx of the TV deal, and it's like $90 million.
So you get that guarantee
Huge.
up front.
Up front. You
Going
get it up
into
front.
that season, going into that cycle. So now you can go in the transfer portal and go, hey, we're going to be here.
Yep.
And if you blow the money and you screw it up and you get bumped back down, guess what's going to happen? Your players are going to get poached and you got to recycle through.
I even think you can use it before they actually give it to you. Like you can, it's like
So
a loan.
yeah.
You can basically use it as a loan.
But like what the actual idea of that is phenomenal. But it's fear. It's fear because the guys at the top, guess what can happen? You can Tottenham this thing.
Without a doubt.
And all of a sudden you're sitting there squirming.
And they put some new restrictions in place in the Premier League to continue to use it as an example to try to, kind of prevent some New York Yankeeing this thing.
Mm-hmm. The financial fair play.
The financial fair play. Now, there are some kinks that need to get
City.
figured out. City and their 115 charges, and Chelsea sold their stadium to themselves so they could have an influx of cash.
Loopholes are loopholes.
That's true. I'm going to transfer for track and field and play quarterback somewhere. So there are some things they need to get figured out. But the rule is that you cannot spend more money than you make. Because the whole thing is to prevent the Saudis. That was the whole point.
It was a finger pointed at the PIF.
Exactly at you. Do not whitewash your money. Do not sports wash your money in this league.
Because that's what happened.
They're paging Man City.
Yeah.
So there will be things you'd have to put in barriers in place.
Look, it's a Ballmerization of the NBA.
Boom.
That's exactly what it is. And guess what he did? Allegedly.
And hopefully he pays the price for it. Just like hopefully Man City pays the price for it.
But that's the thing, is like and it's a fixed percentage. So let's say it's 25 and 50 in Super League 1. In Super League 2, it's 10 and 18. The floor is 10, the max is 18. Guess what? The guys that are going to work there, it's the same thing in soccer. You go from if you want a perfect example of this, of how it actually worked and how you progress up, go watch Welcome to Wrexham. Watch them start at the literal bottom. Get promoted, get better players. Get promoted, get better players. Get promoted, get better players. Get promoted, get better players.
This was the only year they didn't get promoted. They finished middle of the table in the second division in championship. And they will spend money
and they're right there.
Take a shot at the Premier League next year.
If you want to look at just be smart, look at them. Look at them.
Well, and it's branding too. If you're Oregon, put up the big O.
Yeah.
Put Joey Harrington on a billboard in New York City. Make that happen. Build your brand.
Find a way to do it. Because as much as we sit here in the woe is me of the Pac-12, if you want to play, you can. There is opportunity.
Sure can.
You have to make that decision. There's risk. Look, take it out of sports. If you go start a business, there's risk. It may fail.
More often than not, it probably does.
But there's opportunity there. That's all you're at. For me, as a fan, I want everybody to have an opportunity. What you do with it is up to you.
Golf is thinking the same thing as they're proposing 2 tracks. Let's go to that next and just kind of stick here in this world of sports. Is this the future of a lot of our main sports? It works everywhere else. Why not here? 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
We'll get into some fun stuff here in the 11 o'clock hour. Some NFL stuff going on. Did the city of Chicago lie to themselves and to the people? Loaded hour number 2 coming up. But the biggest soccer tournament in the world is right around the corner. You can start the weekend early and join the firm of Harris and Marang on Friday, June 12th from 10 to 1. We'll be out at Goal PDX. You can catch all the action on the big screens with a cup of your favorite beverage. They do this huge party outside. They shut down the street, porta-johns, big screen projectors, tons of booze and food. You can come and hang out with us throughout the entire tournament. We'll be there on Friday, June 12th from 10 to 1. Canada kicks off at noon. They're my surprise team of the World Cup this year. You can stick around for the United States match there at 5 o'clock. The Global Games local party is presented by Cricket Wireless, the Grand Prix of Portland, and Milagro Tequila. We'll see you in a week from today.
Oh, wow.
I know. Pretty exciting. That's my kid's last day of school. I have a feeling it's going to be a long day for Patrick. I got to take the kids to school early. Then I got to bomb my way down to Goal PDX. I'm very excited, though.
Oh, you give me. I love doing remotes.
Yeah, we do love doing remotes. But real quick, since we're already up against it, but real quick, a proposed future PGA Tour model that could take effect as early as 2028 is exactly what we're talking about right here. I don't know if all sports are built for it. You know, I don't think the NFL is built for it. I don't think Major League Baseball is built for it, or the NBA. But outside of the NHL, outside of the Big Four, 2 tracks to get yourself going somewhere is worth it. They're talking about, which is kind of what they already do, but the PGA wants to jump on top of it, of a lower level that you play your card to get to the next level, which gets you to the top level.
It's almost like having competition is a good thing, and maybe LIV actually did do something here because the PGA looked around and said, oh, maybe we were sitting around and just getting a little too fat and happy and not realizing where we were not doing things.
I think that's a good point. I think LIV couldn't compete with PGA. Can't, because they are still alive. Let's not kill them off quite yet. They can't compete with the PGA because of their own doing. I don't think it's that the world couldn't sustain a second league of golf, especially with one league that has all the superstars. In theory, their whole league is made up of names, to where you can turn the Memorial on right now, and there are guys in the Memorial that are on the top of the leaderboard, and a casual golf guy like me doesn't know them. You know, but I know who a Wyndham Clark is, but I don't know who. What's this guy's? JT Poston? I think I've heard that name, but I'm not super familiar with it. But JJ Spawn, Tommy Fleetwood. If LIV tried to do that by grabbing all the names, that tells me there is more room in golf.
Yeah, I think there is.
I love casually watching golf.
What do we always say? Add stakes.
And that's where LIV failed.
Yeah.
And that's where LIV failed.
There just wasn't any stakes. You know, whether it's playing, 54 holes or not playing tournaments that mattered and then not having the crossover with the PGA. The PGA said, well, what if we did that but also had the crossover?
The final day, the Sunday, at the last tournament in the lower division, your pairings at the end of the weekend are 4 guys, 2 pairings, 2 guys each, and only 3 of them can make it. Only 2 of them can make it.
Yeah.
Only 1 of them can make it.
Because the other spots are decided.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. If I don't know who this JT Poston guy is, sign me up. I'll watch him.
Turns into a cool story.
Yeah, let's see what this does.
They're talking about basically a 20 to 30 player pool that can rotate in. Fairly large number, but when you look at it, I think it's 90 is what they're looking at. So at most a third rotate out. But with the addition of the other, 10 of the DP tour that they're going to bring in. So that's a pretty sizable amount. And if you have a bad year, all of a sudden, you're fighting and clawing. And I think the other part of this that is just kind of get my wheels spinning. Those guys that don't play in some tournaments, I'm too good for that tournament. Well, you might need the points necessary to stay up out of that little relegation pool.
Hey, Bryson DeChambeau may want to get back into the PGA. I know you can do that. You start in League 2. Work yourself up. Work yourself up. And if you're a guy like, some of those LIV guys, Bryson's not the best example because he's still done well in majors despite playing in LIV. But some of those LIV guys haven't played well in majors.
No.
They might need to grind out in a lower tournament to get back into, true
Club.
shape. Yeah. I'm just talking like mentally, physically.
There's also the added part of this is you're going to see more money go up towards the top. The haves are going to become more haves.
Yeah, dude, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to speak.
But you're also going to juice up the lower end. Like the Corn Ferry Tour is not Nobody's watching that.
No. And I don't want to speak for you, only speak for myself. I get the amount of money and how money rules everything is really obnoxious to me and exhausting. But it's like you and I have sat here for basically the last hour and said, hey, this sport, hey, this sport, hey, that sport. You guys are in the business of making money. This is how you're going to get my money. And I'm already tapped for as much money as I can give you. I've got an idea how to give you more. It's Notre Dame. I don't think it's a good idea to make money, but if you wanted to, it's like, yeah, dude, you've got me hooked. I'm tired. I spend so much money on cable and streaming and however I want to consume my sports. There's room for another $5.99 subscription a month.
Might as well call it prescription because it's a drug.
It is a drug. I could probably find another $6 to watch something else for another month.
But that's the reality of this.
Just do it. Just don't lie to me. Just don't tease me. This isn't a strip club, okay?
It's weird. You sound almost like I sound with Tom Dundon. Just be honest. Just tell me the thing.
It is true. Honesty and accountability would go a long way.
Just tell me the thing, man.
Tell me it's about the money.
It's fine.
Forced marriages in the NFL. They rarely work, and this one's gone nuclear. Hour number 2, 105.1 The Fan.
Nicer weather means...
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight, back again in San Antonio as the Knicks lead 1-0 in the series. Spurs come into the contest as 6.5-point betting favorites as we get set for a 5:30 tip-off. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes rallied for 3 goals in the third period to force overtime, ultimately stealing Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 4-3 to tie the series up at 1 game apiece versus the Vegas Golden Knights. Game 3 will be back in Vegas as the Knights come into the contest as early 1.5 goal betting favorites. Vegas defenseman Braden McNabb left the game early after taking a puck to the face in the first period of last night's contest, and his status for the remainder of the Cup Final remains uncertain. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire will host the Phoenix Mercury tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. The Fire come into the contest as 2.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some MLB news for you as Yankees outfielder and 3-time AL MVP Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his right first rib, and he is expected to miss some time. Judge will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks as he is expected to return at some point this season. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Laura Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks.
Number 2 here. If you missed any of the first hour, you can download that, The Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, and wherever you get your podcasts. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, you can go back and check that out on the Odyssey app or the YouTubes, happy hour, prime time, if you can't catch them live, which you should. But if you can't, go back and listen to them live, wherever you get yours. Rewind, fast forward, except for into the future. Lot to get to this hour, some NFL nuggies. One guy steps in it with the Boston media. You probably shouldn't say that. And then Web Gems this hour as well. It is a game 2 tonight in the NBA Finals. We'll get to that in the big nooner, along with some other little kind of leftover nuggies. We'll just put a nice little bow on this week and send you off into the ethers. You got plans this weekend, Danny?
Yeah, I got a million things going on.
Well, other than, like outside of the stuff. I don't want to hear about your wedding on your bakery.
Well, no, we do have.
I tease. Those are actually fascinating.
No, we do have an order to do, but I'm also emceeing the American Heart Association walk tomorrow.
Yeah, good for you,
So
dude.
I'll be doing that all morning.
Good for you. I actually forgot that I promised a friend of mine. She raises awareness and money for ALD. I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about it. I should know more than I do. I'm going to MC that in like September out in the Shug.
The Shug?
Out in Washougal. You been to Washougal?
Oh, yeah.
The Shug.
Yeah, it's got a very, 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 very well-known dirt bike track.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It is a very, very famous dirt bike spot. Half of Washougal is really cool, and half of Washougal is Washougal.
Yeah, it's coming up though.
It is coming up.
It's kind of like
it's Camas adjacent.
Yeah, it's it's done the same thing that where's Ilene at?
La Center.
Not what's the city below it?
Ridgefield.
Ridgefield. Like Ridgefield 20 years ago was
Ridgefield's
nothing.
banging.
Well, I know, but I mean 20 years ago it was nothing.
I was up in Ridgefield this last weekend, dude. They got a lot going on in that little old school downtown. So there's right by the freeway that's got like that kind of business park.
All the new stuff.
Where the In-N-Out is.
Costco and all that kind of stuff.
There's actually a really cool beer tap house up there called Taps, kind of by the Rosars, or I don't know if it's still a Rosars, but up in that area, that's a cool little spot. Good pizza too.
But if you go doing the same thing,
if you go downtown, old school Ridgefield, it's a pretty cool spot. If you're in Ridgefield right now, honk your horn. Shout out. That's all I got for you.
Moving on.
You are familiar with Jim Schwartz, longtime defensive coordinator in the NFL. I had a couple failed stops as a head coach. I can't quite remember where. I think it was the
Detroit.
Lions. Is that where it was?
It was in Detroit.
That was the 0-16 team, right?
That was the Dan Orlovsky run through the back of the end zone team.
Okay.
Yes. I like that Jim Schwartz gets a pass on how bad those teams are because Dan Orlovsky's on TV. Thanks, buddy, for bailing me out. He had some interesting comments the other day. If you remember, he was in the running. He really wanted the Cleveland Browns job after they had fired Stefanski. And to his credit, Cleveland's defense has been pretty good the last few years.
They chose to just go offensive mindset versus defensive.
And because they probably said, look, we got guys in this building that know how to play. Now, you trade Myles Garrett, that changes things, but you bring in Verse and some capital, and your defense should still be fairly solid. Well, he had some quotes explaining his decision to step down. He says this, quote, "They passed over me with all the success that we had and the ability to develop players. Our best players had their best years, all those different things, and that was a decision they made. They wanted to go with an offensive guy. They chose Todd Monken. I'm fine with that. They can make decisions that they want to make, but they can't expect me to stay on board for that. Anybody that's in any business, you get passed over for a promotion when you've done a really, really good job in your job and you think you were in line for that promotion, it's time to go." And Todd deserved his own guy. A forced marriage isn't going to work in the NFL.
There's two things there. There's some ego and some pride, for sure. But
Definitely.
It's also, I respect somebody who's going to be like, look, man, I'm going to be salty about this, and it's not going to be good for either of us. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Like having that moment and taking a step back and being like, I'm too pissed off about this to actually like be functional. And you deserve better than that. You deserve a guy who's going to be loyal to you and not questioning you and kind of, I don't want to say backstabbing him, but like he's always going to be like, you took him over me? Really?
It kind of reminds me how I've always viewed ex-partners. I don't follow you on social media anymore. I don't want my friends to tell me what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard so-and-so's new boyfriend or so-and-so got married a couple years ago? You're like, oh, God, I don't care about that. Yeah, and they had a kid. And you're like, why are you telling me this? Like, that does nothing for me. Kind of views the same way. And each guy is different. I mean, give McDaniel a lot of credit. You know, he gets fired in Miami and he swallows his pride and he says, damn, Harbaugh wants me? I'll go be the OC with Justin Herbert and Harbaugh. That sounds fun. And
in LA.
In LA, it sounds great. And some guys can quietly do that. You know, McDaniel's kind of a nerdy, quiet, intricate dude.
He's a biracial angel.
And Jim Schwartz here, who is a red-ass, old-school NFL coach.
And a great defensive mind.
Is going to say, you know what, screw you guys. I'm going home.
Mm-hmm. I respect it.
I like the honesty with it.
There's.
I also wonder if there's a little bit of Todd Monken going, yeah, I don't want that guy.
Well, I mean, that might have been the case, but Haslam wanted him to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I look at that and I go, I think that's healthy. I think it's a good understanding of, and people would say, well, you know, he should have been mature enough to swallow his pride, and that it was like, maybe he recognized that he couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Is that inherently a bad thing?
No, I don't think so. I think being honest and being forthcoming and transparent is pretty great. A couple comments on the YouTubes right now reminds me a lot of when Stotts walked away from Milwaukee. Also,
different scenario, but yeah,
kind of similar.
It was like,
you don't want me here, dude. I'm out.
Oh, screw me. All right, bet I'm out. I don't need this.
In 2 weeks, we're gonna get a copy paste quote of this from Tiago Splitter, dude. If Tiago doesn't get the Portland job, dude, he ain't gonna be an assistant.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting about the Jim Schwartz thing specifically is that, and I love that he bets on himself and he believes that. Did any of us believe that Jim Schwartz deserved that job? Is there anything that we've seen in Jim Schwartz's tenure as head coach?
Well, not head coach, but I mean,
as a DC, he'll go hire him right now.
But also, Pete Carroll wasn't a great head coach too before he was. Bill Belichick wasn't a great head coach before he was.
Fair point.
Those guys had to take their lumps somewhere else before.
Fair point.
So I mean, like McDonald could end up being a good coach. He could end up being a great head coach. There's no doubt about it. But things didn't go the way that they wanted them to in Miami.
He's only been a head coach once, and it was the Lions for 4 years, from 2009 to 13.
They were really bad. Really bad.
Oh, he was a Super Bowl champ. Oh, he was the DC for Doug Peterson's Eagles. Duh.
No, Schwartz is a really good defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to question those bona fides.
Yeah, D coordinator in Buffalo in 2014 after he got turfed in Detroit. Then he went to Philly, Tennessee, Cleveland for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, just want to go on a limb there. Any of those teams have bad defenses under him?
2023, he was the assistant coach of the year.
So, yeah. I can see him feeling a certain kind of way. And also, he's 60 years old. You know? It's like, you're looking at that going, I don't know, man.
Old guard versus new guard.
Mm-hmm. So, no, in a sense, good for him for recognizing that. because you can make things worse.
Does the Jim Schwartz style still work in the NFL?
Yeah.
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 The old school versus new school?
I mean, there's
plenty of new school that I'm not a fan of. We talked about him yesterday. Look, I'm not a Matt LaFleur guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's new school. And he's very similar to Kyle Shanahan in terms of like how they talk to the press.
Nolan McDaniel's
being the
one.
offensive genius that they are. But even their personalities are a little similar,
Mm-hmm.
Shanahan and LaFleur. Take Shanahan 30 times over.
McVay's sharp as a knife, but I mean he's also a red ass.
I'd take Shanahan with no arms
Mm-hmm.
over Matt LaFleur. So the new style of guys doesn't necessarily work too.
It doesn't. There's no absolute. It has to match the group. It has to match the style. And
Andy Reid's still pretty old school, but he's shown a little new school vibe to him.
it's adapt or survive.
R.I.P. Jim Schwartz.
Gun down in its prime.
Too soon. Lost too soon.
I mean, again, if you're a team looking for a defensive coordinator, I mean, you could do a lot worse.
I'm reading his Wikipedia page right now. Each of his stints as head coach or defensive coordinator resulted in at least one of his defensive tackles or defensive ends being named to the All-Pro first team. Albert Hainsworth in Tennessee, Ndamukong Suh in Detroit, Marcel Darius and Mario Williams in Buffalo, Fletcher Cox in Philadelphia, some dude named Myles Garrett, who also won DPOY twice in Schwartz's system.
He knows what he's doing.
Whew, I think I'm a Jim Schwartz guy. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
the big boys like to eat in Jim.
And Jim Schwartz likes to feed them.
Yep.
What do you think they like to eat? Just like rare steak,
Quarterbacks.
a rare peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Casey showed me a picture of a rare PB&J.
Yeah, I saw that.
Peanuts and grapes.
It's
that made me giggle.
A deconstructed peanut butter and jelly.
That made me giggle. It should have been like grapes and peanuts on like a bag of yeast.
Was it Patrick Willis? Like there's another 49ers they were telling a story about I want my linebacker to eat a steak with bare hands, and Patrick Willis grabbed a steak barehanded.
I will oblige you.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's Jim Schwartz is like that's what he feeds his D linemen.
Let's try to untangle whatever the hell is going on in Chicago. Do you say with the Chicago Bears? Is there a chance the Chicago Bears there is never a 4,000-yard passer in Chicago? There's a chance. We'll go there next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
Join the fan.
she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, say ooh.
Someone stepped in Boston media. We'll get to that here in a moment, but boy, I feel like this Chicago Bears situation with their stadium has just kind of like smoked some rocks and said, let's get wild over here because this thing will
They
not
gaslit
stop.
themselves into it.
Higgy with it.
First off, before we get into the Hammond, Indiana aspect of this, let me read this. This is WGN TV. This is from their like political page, not even their sports page. According to the Crane Chicago business reporter Justin Lawrence, the Bears front office leadership misrepresented the amount of discussions they were having with the city of Chicago while publicly maintaining there were only two viable destinations for a new Bears stadium: the northwest suburban area of Arlington Heights and Hammond, Indiana. They even doubled down after no Bears stadium legislation was passed by the end of the spring session, saying they would make a decision between those early this summer. But the mayor of Chicago disclosed the discussion in late May. Lawrence reported the Bears told state lawmakers working on the Arlington Heights legislation that they had one routine meeting with Chicago officials, and the discussion centered on the team's lease at Soldier Field. They got caught the hands in the cookie jar.
Oops.
Look, we don't want to talk Moda Center, okay? Like, it's exhausting at this point. We'll just see what happens.
Like moving the Blazers to Ridgefield.
Yes. This is a hold my beer moment because they're going to Hammond, Indiana.
It's done now, and what's crazy is the legislators in Chicago had a last-second meeting, and they're like, hey, here's we can get $5 billion, but let's vote on it. And they're like, peace, and they adjourned. Like, what do you mean?
We said this yesterday. You know what, Danny? I think today was good so far. I'm almost a half hour in. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll see you later.
We adjourned for the summer. Like, but you're going to lose a football team.
You said it best to me this morning. If Caleb Williams doesn't pass for 4,000 yards this year, there will be no quarterback in Chicago to ever pass for 4,000 yards.
You got to take the C off the helmet, right?
Yeah, they're really putting that Madden curse up.
Right?
Oh, dude, does this go down as part of the Madden curse?
The worst Madden curse ever?
Your team leaves the city of Chicago? How far
Leaves
away?
the state!
Leaves the state. Well, I mean, the Giants and the Jets play in Jersey.
Chicago is one of the most historic and favored franchises in NFL history.
Oh, it's probably top 3, wouldn't you say?
I'd say it's 5.
Packers, Bears, Cowboys.
Packers, Bears, Steelers, Cowboys.
Yeah, those 4 probably.
Bro, it is.
Of the modern teams, I would say the Niners probably.
It is.
Maybe throw the Giants in
I
there
would
too.
throw the Niners in there, even throwback as well.
It is a 45-minute drive from Soldier Field to Hammond, Indiana.
I mean, 45 is not that terrible.
But that's from Soldier Field to him. I don't know where the site is.
How far is it from San Francisco to Santa Clara? I mean, that's probably an hour and a half with traffic.
Is it Levi Stadium?
Levi's Stadium on a Friday. It's 11:30 right now. So
50 minutes an hour by train.
Hour by train? Hour by train's not bad.
Yeah, it says it's been an hour.
I got a backpack of beers, Casey. We're sitting on the train for an hour.
Oh,
We got
that's
this.
a sweet
We got
ride.
this. Yeah.
They do the BART nice there.
The BART is nice. I like that the BART goes under the bay to connect San Fran and Oakland.
But I mean, that's deep, man.
It is deep. It is deep. But I mean, that's kind of where a lot of people are doing stuff. Look at the Braves. The Braves built a brand new baseball stadium out in the burbs of Atlanta, and apparently it's doing really, really well. But it's still in Atlanta.
But it's also, that's what they voted for.
That is what they voted
That's
for.
what they wanted to do.
They wanted to put an influx into a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
What neighborhood would you want to influx in this town?
It would be to the south. Not just because I live there, just because, like,
Lies.
where is there room?
There's just a lot more land to the south.
Yeah, there's just room.
East.
No. There's only one way to get there.
Oh, just 84.
Yeah. No, it would have to be into the south because you'd have to have I-5-205 to be able to have that access. But yeah, it's that area.
I'd take Ridgefield. I don't live far away from Ridgefield.
You can't. No.
I'm moving to Ridgefield now. I decided just now.
Kaiser
Pack
Salem
up, baby.
area probably. It's
I'd
probably
go
what
in
I'd
between. I'd look like between Woodburn and Wilsonville. That's where I would look.
I'm not going to build that. I'm not going to finish building the couch today. I'm just going to pack it up, move to Ridgefield.
There you go.
If you're listening, babe, we're going to Ridgefield.
Back it up. Let's go.
I want old Ridgefield though. I don't want new Ridgefield.
No, now you're getting picky about it.
Hell yeah, dude. I love old houses. I want to be in the old school part.
You couldn't go out west because the only thing you have out there is 26.
Like, I want to live in Alameda area of Portland. I mean, 100-plus-year-old houses, and I don't have the millions of dollars some of those cost. But imagine if the Moda Center was down by, like, Laurelhurst Park. It'd be awesome.
No, it'd be nightmare fuel.
Laurelhurst Park is already kind of nightmare fuel. It is a pretty place. You just got to find the...
You have to have land. You can't do it in a spot like that. You have to have land.
Laurelhurst Park is awesome, but you got to get on the schedule of the street teams. So once they clean up everything, then go that day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because then in about 4 days, I don't know if you want to walk through there.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have been to stadiums that are like in hearts of downtowns.
How's the Coliseum in Compton?
Brother, I have told people this so many times. Do not go north of the Coliseum. Now, it's better than it used to be. The Smolinski, the guy who was, Phil Knight's partner, was talking about trying to purchase the Blazers years ago. He made his money gentrifying the living crap out of the area around USC. But if you park at the Coliseum 2 blocks north, like when I grew up down there, your car was going to be on blocks. That's not an over-exaggeration. Like that, it is not. It still is even it being better now. It is still not an area you want to go to.
Say, remember when the All-Star game was in Detroit and there was entire parking garages with cinder blocks in them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there are areas you just don't. You're like, arenas in downtown
so it just
areas.
Closes off the entrances to the parking garage.
Dude,
I guess they're all at the Super Bowl right now.
Go to what's San Francisco's baseball stadium? Is it Oracle?
I think it's called Oracle now. I mean, it's the OG AT&T Pac Bell. Yeah. But I think it's Oracle.
Yeah,
now.
Whatever it's called. Like, go 2 blocks outside that stadium.
Yeah, it's Oracle.
Yeah, they've got an app for the poop finder, and all it is all of the places people have marked of human feces on the street.
A lot of comments coming in from you guys on the text line 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTube. The Braves Stadium is less than 20 minutes from downtown. Mm-hmm. Okay. To be fair, you're right. That is not the best comparison. It
is outside of downtown,
but it is outside of downtown.
But that's the whole point. Is like they set up this whole entertainment district, and it's dope. Mm-hmm. Everybody I've talked to who's been down there, it's like it's amazing.
As far as the Bears go, the issue isn't that it's far away or that it's another state. It's that Hammond, Indiana, is literally a toxic waste dump.
And Oracle Park is right next to the Tenderloin.
That's what I mean. Like the Tenderloin is right there. That is one of the worst neighborhoods you can find.
Oh, it's
in San Francisco?
It's the worst neighborhood that I think I've ever
human crap
been in.
Drugs. It might be the Fenny capital of the country right now.
It is pretty much walled off by the angles of the buildings. You turn a corner and it's nothing but tents and umbrellas.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone's outside.
It is modern day Skid Row.
I did walk one time to. It was AT&T at the time. And I didn't notice anything. I stopped at a bunch of breweries on the way.
Yeah, my best friend lives 2 blocks away from that.
Yeah, you turn on the wrong street. It is not a place you want to be.
Surprised the bronze statue of Willie Mays hasn't been stolen yet. Really cool statue, by the way.
Cut down and sell it.
Dallas to Jerry World is 30 minutes because they don't play in Dallas. They play in Arlington. Mm-hmm.
But
I think we got to kind of let it go. The state thing is weird, but again, the Giants-Jets thing, they play in Jersey.
Pittsburgh plays right in the city.
Yeah.
But they're also separated by multiple bridges.
Yeah, and the river, or 3 rivers.
We have requests for Oregon City for the new Blazer Arena or the Vancouver Mall.
Nah, Vancouver, no, you can't have it be on the other side of those, just the bridges. You can't have that.
Hey, there is 2 bridges to get to. It's like smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, no. That's a hard pass. But Oregon City?
Says the guy from Wilsonville.
No, I'm just saying in general.
Becomes a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, like
Oregon City would be...
Yeah.
That'd be nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
That tiny bridge connecting West Lynn to Oregon City would be a disaster.
Oh, you mean the one that's...
Would be a disaster.
You mean the one that's been under construction for the last decade? That one?
Exit 7 through 12?
That is the one I'm speaking of. I do like Oregon City a lot, though.
I got a buddy of mine in my men's group who's one of the project managers on that project. And
job security.
Oh, dude, we bring it up. So, hey, what's going on with the project? Once a week, he's like...
Still employed.
It's not my fault, man. It's not my fault. It has literally been a decade. It's just like,
well, just be glad you're not Chicago.
Nothing about this is good.
Does Caleb throw for 4,000 yards his last year at Soldier Field?
Does it this year?
Yeah, that's what I mean. This year.
Yeah, they have 2 more years.
2 more years. 2 more years at Soldier
Field. The receiving
Field.
core has to stay healthy. Roma Dunze is...
He was right. He was right there this year.
Has he got a bum foot? Is that what I'm hearing?
Reports on him right now are not looking great.
Sucks to suck.
But if there's
Huskies,
if I could find a bet out there to take the over on 4,000, I would take it this year.
I would probably too.
He was right there.
Benji's going to have him chuck that rock.
Yeah.
Because I think they're gonna try to get in shootouts. Side note,
I mean,
like not because their defense sucks, but I think Ben Johnson is gonna be like,
They lost
Let's
a
go.
lot of talent in the secondary that they did not replace.
and they're just like, let's go.
and the offense pretty good.
If we can get 2 touchdowns by the middle of the second quarter, we feel good about our chances.
Their number one tackler was a safety last year, and Jaquan Brisker. He plays in Pittsburgh.
Do they still got 2-headed monster at running back?
Not with Eric Bieniemy running the Coles.
Oh, but he's gonna throw the ball, won't he? Won't Bieniemy throw the ball?
Bieniemy's offensive coordinator, the running back coach in Kansas City.
He left.
Oh no, I'm talking about. Isn't there a 2-headed monster in Chicago?
Yeah, they have Kyle Monungai.
Oh, now that he's gone,
now
they
that
might
he's
not.
gone, probably not looking at the same production.
But
All right.
but you got Loveland and Komet and Roma Dunze.
I do love
And
I
Luther
do,
Burden.
I do
And
love
Luther
Loveland.
Ben Johnson saying buy Luther Burden stock now.
Roma Dunze,
So
gun down in his prime.
wow, just hate to see it for Husky.
Well, mistake on Montlake, dude. I don't know what to tell you. We come back. This baseball player steps in the Boston media. I wouldn't have done that if I were you. That's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight, back again in San Antonio as the Knicks lead 1-0 in the series. Spurs come into the contest as 6.5-point betting favorites as we get set for a 5:30 tip-off. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes rallied for 3 goals in the third period to force overtime, ultimately stealing Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 4-3 to tie the series up at 1 game apiece. Game 3 will be back in Vegas as the Knights come into the contest as early 1.5-goal betting favorites. Vegas defenseman Braden McNabb left the game early after taking a puck to the face in the first period, and his status for the remainder of the Cup Final remains uncertain. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire will host the Phoenix Mercury tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. The Fire come into the contest as 2.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some MLB news for you as Yankees outfielder and 3-time AL MVP Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his right first rib, and he is expected to miss some time. Judge will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks as he is expected to return at some point this season. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks.
Web Gems coming up next, everybody's favorite, and then we'll get into the big nooner. But an interesting story developing out of the Boston media world right now with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Basically a utility infielder, spent some time with New York. I believe he was in Toronto last year on their World Series run, and he's been in Boston. This story, Danny, is more of a situation in which some media markets are just places you don't want to be. They asked IKF about his home road, the Boston Red Sox home road splits. They're really bad at Fenway and really good on the road. And he said something along the lines of, I can't find the original quote. He said something along the lines of, when we're on the road, we're together as a unit, and when we're at home, there's too many distractions, which the Boston media went, huh? Would you like to clarify those statements? To which he said, just a little bit of everything. At home, it's just a big market. This is what you dream of, but there's a lot going on. On the road, it's just our small group. It's part of playing in a big market. It's what I signed up for. It's what a lot of us dream of, being able to put this jersey on. It means the world to us. Playing in Fenway, it's like a golden ticket. To come out here and not play our best and not to win is frustrating. As an organization, we're looking into everything. We've got to figure it out as a group. Basically, his original statement was, playing in Boston sucks because everything around Boston is too much noise, including you idiot fans.
He's not wrong.
I know he's not wrong, but do you think Boston media is going to let that go quietly into the night?
No, because they're part of that same group.
Boy, it's Boston.
Boston, New York, sports fans, sports media. It's all about negative. Man, Francesa has made a 40-year career out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The guys that had Brady on in Boston when he was up there. I can't remember the name of the station. Anyways, but like those guys, like the only time that they were ever say anything positive, it seemed like, was when Brady was on. Other than that, it's just, wow, it's nothing but endless slop.
You have to choose one, Boston or New York.
New York.
I think I choose New York as well.
Boston sports is miserable.
Yeah, I think I choose New York because if you're playing well, they'll give you credit.
Not just that. When I go to park the car, I don't
park the car at the park.
Down by the yard.
Down the yard.
I hate that accent so much. To be fair, I don't like most Northeast accents.
You just don't like the Northeast.
I don't.
I'm starting to think you don't like anything.
I like a lot of things. West Coast, Best Coast. But no, I just, most of what is the Northeast ethos, just not my thing.
Yeah, and the baseball part of it, too, is weird, you know. I mean, they spent all this time with the New England Patriots, so they slurped that up, although I'm curious pre-last year what it was like in the post-Brady Belichick world. The Boston Celtics have been a viable franchise since Brad Stevens taken over.
I mean, since Ainge was there.
Yeah, since Ainge, sure. The original Big Three till now that's been viable. The Bruins have a couple cups in them. The Red Sox have fallen a little on hard times, despite the fact that they won a World Series less than a decade ago.
Well, that's because their ownership group decided, well, we're trying to diversify our assets, and so we can't actually spend anything because we really want to buy an NBA team.
Yeah, FSG. They own my football team. They've lost out on. They've traded Mookie Betts away. They let Xander Bogaerts walk. Traded Rafi Devers, although that trade doesn't look super terrible right now. Boy, being a Red Sox fan must be miserable right now. I'll go ask Boss Man Cooley when they break.
Big
diehard Red Sox fan.
Big Sox fan.
Couldn't have happened to a better group of people.
No, I'm all here for it, but also I don't think IKF is wrong.
I don't think IKF is wrong either. It's
basically
you got to be. He played in New York and Toronto, bro. You got to be smarter than to say
I
things
think he's
like
basically
that.
Would you just all shut up? We're not good.
I think that's what he's trying to say, and I'll tell you what. That's the lead that's buried here is that the Red Sox are just not very good. Okay, Crochet hasn't been healthy and hasn't pitched well either. But the reality too is, like, where's Christian Campbell? He's still in AAA? Isn't he on like an 8-year deal? Roman Anthony's hurt right now. They got no stars. Bregman walked. God, being in Boston would be miserable. My wife loves visiting the city of Boston.
I don't.
I have never been, and I'm trying desperately to somehow prevent that, and it's not going to happen. She's going to get me there. I know it.
There isn't a single hat that I can wear in that state, so.
But the Bruins are black and yellow.
My black and yellow has got a big old NY on it.
I thought you would say a little penguin on it.
I know. I think the wife and I were randomly talking about this the other day. If you could live in any big city in America, what would it be? And I was like, New York. And she was like, Boston. I was like, gross.
Yeah.
We can meet halfway in the train.
Really? You'd pick New York?
I love New York City.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah.
Well, the biracial angel over there. Of course, he loves Miami.
It'd be.
He's a biracial angel.
I love New York City.
It'd be L.A. or Dallas.
I love New York City. I'm a theater kid. I'm a food kid. I want NYC.
Yeah, you also don't like cars and you want to walk everywhere.
Oh, it'd be glorious.
Yes,
Walk everywhere and ride the subway.
Getting your groceries every day because you don't have a fridge big enough or any storage space is awesome.
Well, in this dream, I'm loaded. So
okay.
I live in a really nice condo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody goes and gets groceries for me. I live in the Dakota building.
There you go.
Right by Central Park.
Yeah, that's probably like $2 million a year.
Probably. And walk past where John Lennon was shot every day. Shed a tear.
Pour one out for the shooter.
One of the Mark David Chapman. I didn't realize you're a Mark David Chapman guy over here.
Casey thought I was going to say for Lennon.
I did too, and then it caught me off guard. Too soon? Is that a too soon joke? No. Lennon was shot in December of 1980.
Nah. Couldn't have done it earlier.
Dude, that is uncalled for. That is absolutely uncalled for.
I'm joking. For everybody wondering, I'm joking.
John Lennon's one of the top 5 greatest songwriters in pop history.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Give me a break.
Saved us all some time. I don't like the Beatles.
I did see. I did watch that movie yesterday where the guy wakes up and no one's ever heard of the Beatles, and he's like a struggling songwriter, and so he just starts playing Beatles tunes. They're like, "Whoa, what's that?" And he's like, You don't know Imagine?" They're like, "No, never heard of it." He goes, "John Lennon, Paul McCartney, the Beatles?" They're, "No, got nothing." So he becomes this super famous songwriter playing just Beatles songs.
So the Dewey Cox story?
I don't know if I ever saw that.
He did
Walk
Bob.
Hard?
He did Bob Dylan. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But he gets in a songwriting competition with Ed Sheeran, and Ed Sheeran writes like one of his big hits, and then he goes out there and plays like Strawberry Fields Forever. Ed Sheeran's like, that's amazing. It was an okay movie.
I would have gone with Sheeran.
I'm not taking the ginger. But in the end, they find out that John Lennon is a real person. He was just not part of the Beatles, and he lives on like some island in North England.
Okay.
It was an okay movie.
Was he writing songs?
No.
No.
Was Yoko there?
No.
He's probably much happier.
There are few celebrities that were more in love with each other than John Lennon and Yoko Ono, my friend. Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney, also all over each other. I'm sure Ringo loved all 7 of his wives at some point.
Like I said, I'm out of the Beatles.
Yeah, we'll get out of
The
here.
Beatles.
The Beatles.
You want to do drugs with the Beatles?
From Liverpool.
I would do drugs with the Beatles.
Yeah, you would.
I've done drugs on the Beatles. Wait. Off while listening? I've probably done them
No.
I've probably done them on the Beatles too. Yeah. Web Gems is next. Everybody's favorite Portland sports leader in the Fan Sports Network. All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. We do it every single day at 11:45, which it is exactly 11:45 right now. Coming up in the Big Nooner, we will get into the NBA Finals as Game 2 is tonight. Will we see something as exciting as Game 1, or we got 1-2-3 Spurs by 15? Some rumors floating around a Seattle baseball team, and the former captain is back in the news. I feel like going into the NFL, I don't want to derail us because I don't want to spoil it for the future, but why do I feel like this season, this show is going to kill J.J. McCarthy? Like, maybe literally.
Well,
he might die.
I don't know about that, but we might be sticking a fork in that real quick.
Imagine
this
if,
might be Josh Rosen 2.0.
Imagine if this show was in Minneapolis.
I would do exactly what I'm doing right now.
Oh, I agree.
No, a quarterback who's unproven who makes $21 million. This guy sucks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's just.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Yeah. Web Gems is brought to you today by Roland Garros, also known as the French Open. I don't know why I gave Roland Garros a Spanish-sounding name to it.
Yeah, I don't either.
But Miss Sabalenka, she lost the other day. She was up, let's see, I think she won the first set 6-3, then was tied in the second set with the chance to win on one more point, and then lost that and lost 6-0 and was eliminated.
Well, wasn't it 17 straight points?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Epic straight meltdown. She made some comments afterwards, kind of talking like, I got to try to find a solution. I'm tired of me losing matches, not in the best way. I'm over emotional. Maybe I should just quit playing tennis. And I think sometimes we forget a little bit. Now, Sabalenka is still the best player in the world in the women's side, correct? I believe so. I'm not a tennis
Shout out
expert.
Coco Gauff, but yes.
Shout out Coco.
But Coco's also falling in the same where you're taking this.
I think sometimes we forget. What's her name? Naomi Osaka. She's the same way. We forget, like, tennis is as mental as golf. You're by yourself out there. Like, baseball is a sport of individual, and basketball can be at times,
but it's still a collective.
It's still a collective.
You're all competing at the same time.
Remember when Simone Biles walked away from the Olympics for a year? Maybe that's what Sabalenka needs.
Just take a little hard reset.
Just take a hard reset. Your name and your notoriety is still going to get you very far. Maybe take the reset that you need. 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, being a golfer, you have a caddy.
Mm-hmm.
Tennis, you have a coach, but do you travel with your caddy? Do you travel with your coach
Aren't
in tennis?
caddies assigned to the course?
No.
No, you have your own.
No, you have your own. I mean, definitely in the majors, you have your own.
Well, I mean, Tiger had, Fluff forever.
And Scotty forever, too.
So there's... But no,
But I mean, imagine traveling all around the world. Okay,
they're player contracted.
Yeah, you're in the ATP. Okay, so you're on the tennis circuit. You have your 4 majors. You travel around the world. You might, if you're from a country that doesn't have a ton of tennis players, you might be traveling by yourself all the time. Like what?
You and your coach.
Like I don't know if Sabalenka's single or not, but what if she's single and her coach meets her there because he's coaching other players too, and you're just constantly traveling the world by yourself? I imagine that's got a serious toll on you.
It's not just that.
Or you become an alcoholic like me.
I think there's a part of that where it's definitely the solo aspect of it for sure. Not necessarily the travel, but like the light is just you. It's on you. It's nothing but you. That part of it's very real. But also, I think there's your identity gets tied up in this, and if your identity is tied to what you do, then it becomes if you fail, you were a failure. Your whole being is a failure because your identity is tied up in that. And if you fall short of something over and over and over again, that's the thing about being at the top, right? Like if you're not at the top, if you fail, it's not that you failed. It's that, okay, I can get back up on the horse. But if you're at the top, take Tiger, man.
Came crashing down real quick, real hard.
Because his identity was golf. And when he couldn't do that anymore, whether it's injuries or mental or emotional stuff, like that's the reality. It's like that. You just can't have your identity tied up in it. And if it is, that's when you probably really need. People say mental health, and I think more often than not, they mean their identity.
Oh, probably. Well, I mean, you go off about it all the time, and I agree with you about Scotty Scheffler. What's his priorities? Now, those priorities are different than what my priorities are, but he has always acknowledged my priority number 1 is faith, number 2 is family, and golf's number 3. And I wouldn't be shocked.
And he doesn't get off the rails about it.
I wouldn't be shocked.
He knows what it is.
If a little bit somewhere down the line, golf becomes number 4 for something else. Maybe he's Miles Turner, really likes Legos. Maybe he's Trevor Bauer, really likes drones.
But because of that, the structure that he has in place, where his identity is at, his identity is in his faith. Now you can go through seasons in it. There's no doubt about that.
That's how that guy's able to do swing practice in a jail cell after being wrongly arrested.
Yes. Because his identity's not tied up in what he does.
I haven't done anything wrong. I know I haven't done anything wrong. This will all get settled out. I don't need to freak out. Isn't there some kind of old saying that if you sleep well overnight in jail, it's because you didn't do it, but if you can't sleep, it's because you can't figure out how to get out of it? Something like that. I can't remember what it is, but maybe it's the opposite.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
The one time I was in a jail cell, I was in there with a serial killer, so I couldn't sleep. For those wondering, that's a real story.
I'm not wondering.
Yeah.
You can also just say that you were the serial killer.
No, I wasn't.
In the jail.
I wasn't.
You were technically in the jail cell with yourself. Therefore, you were in a jail cell with a serial killer.
I wasn't by myself. It was a holding room.
Wow. I mean, I think we got movies about that as well. Danny wasn't by himself, I'm sure.
The camera just pans out. It's just me talking to nobody.
Who else is in the room with us right now, Daniel? Show me on the doll.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, no, I genuinely think when this kind of stuff comes up, I think it's about identity.
Probably.
And
that if you're not winning tennis at the French Open, if you're not continuously winning all the time, then who are you?
And that's where you get lost because that stuff is finite.
I had a conversation with somebody the other day about, the song "Who Are You" by The Who?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Who are you? Yeah. That was an opening to a TV show.
CSI.
That's right. Yeah.
Pete Townsend. He was in. It's like 1978. He was in Soho, London. He walked into a bar. If you look at the lyrics of the song, it's what happened to him that night. He walked into a bar in Soho, London, absolutely wasted. Comes upon a table, and there sitting at the table is Sid Vicious and Johnny Rotten. And he sits down at the table. There's a famous picture of the three of them sitting there. He sits down at the table and starts to berate them about how they are the future of rock and roll music, and their music sucks. And he starts yelling at them, "Who the bleep are you? Who the bleep are you?" leaves the bar, gets thrown out of the bar, walks down the road, passes out in a doorway, and a cop says, "Hey, man, you can't sleep here." And he goes, "Oh, hey, you're Pete Townsend. If you can walk home, we'll let you go." And he went home and wrote, "Who are you?" The Who. You would love Pete Townsend. He famously once.
I know who Pete Townsend is.
I know, but he famously has this interview that I've heard from him, and it's in like
you would love Pete Townsend. I know who Pete Townsend.
1966, and he goes, we've got the new sound that comes out where you can hear the vocals in one ear and the instruments in the other. He's like talking about stereo music. And he goes, and if you take the vocals away from the Beatles, they're flipping lousy because he's a peer. He's not looking up at them. That's why you would love Pete Townsend. He thinks that band sucks too.
I'm not a big fan of The Who, but I like Pete Townsend.
Don't disrespect the Pinball Wizards.
Oh, no.
The Who's my band.
Shocking.
They're my favorite rock and roll band of all time, dude.
They start with the, so that's not surprising.
It's a good thing it's called the Dave Matthews Band and not the Dave Matthews Band.
Picking up a trend here. Noticing a trend.
Game 2, the NBA Finals tonight at 5:30. Let's get into it in the Big Nooner. Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan.
This is the International Soccer Report, brought to you by Gold PDX on the corner of Southeast Hawthorne and 18th Avenue. Food, spirits, football.
Opens up. Mike Joseph running for Cote d'Ivoire.
That is Cote d'Ivoire defeating France in an international friendly 2-1 yesterday with a goal in the 84th minute to put them ahead. France, the number 1 team ranked by FIFA in World Cup rankings right now, so they are number 1. The Ivory Coast might play the United States in the round of 32. The International Soccer Report brought to you by Gold PDX. Join us on Friday, June 12th at Gold PDX as the firm. We'll be broadcasting live when the Global Games biggest tournament kicks off. Gold PDX, food, spirits, and football.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the book.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight, back again in San Antonio as the Knicks lead 1-0 in the series. Spurs come into the contest as 6.5-point betting favorites as we get set for a 5:30 tip-off. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes rallied for 3 goals in the third period to force overtime, ultimately stealing Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 4-3 to tie the series up at 1 game apiece. Game 3 will be back in Vegas as the Golden Knights come into the contest as early 1.5 goal betting favorites. Vegas defenseman Braden McNabb left the game early after taking a puck to the face in the first period, and his status for the remainder of the Cup Final, it remains uncertain. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire will host the Phoenix Mercury tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. The Fire come into the contest as 2.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some MLB news for you as Yankees outfielder and 3-time AL MVP Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his right first rib, and he is expected to miss some time. Judge will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks as he is expected to return at some point this season. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time with
2 down, 1 to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. Per usual, we will have Duck Insider after us from 1 to 2. Then it's the Fan Happy Hour from 2 to 3. And then it's Prime Time from 3 to 7. Isaac and Suk taking you home. Started with Dirt and Sprague this morning at 6 a.m. It'll finish up at 7, 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. The former captain will get dragged through the mud by this show once again. And a juicy little news from Jeff Passan out of Seattle we'll get to this hour as well. But, Danny, we got a pretty big game tonight. The New York Knicks are still in San Antonio for Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Famously stole Game 1. I don't know if they stole Game 1. They were the better team.
Sure, to an extent.
That day on the court, they were the better team.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4-point game with 40 seconds to go.
Who's the better team on paper? I'll take San Antonio.
Again, it was a 4-point game. I know the margin ended up being 10, but it was a 4-point game with 45 seconds to go. Brunson hits an unbelievable shot. He hit an unbelievable shot. Step through, up and under, go. That was it. That was the backbreaker.
Please convince me that this isn't going to be a Spurs blowout game.
Well, it appears Vegas thinks things are slightly favored toward the Spurs.
6.5.
6.5.
It's a big number.
That's bigger than Game 1.
Well, actually, it's not really a big number because, like you just said, New York ended up winning by 10. Was that the final score in Game 1? They won by 10.
But it was a 4-point game.
Yeah. But you get to the end and it's free throws and someone misses a shot because they're raining threes.
They're saying 60-40 split right now for the Spurs.
Money's coming in?
No, probability.
Oh, probability.
So.
Yeah, I have to think the Spurs come back and play a little better game tonight.
I don't think you're going to have Wemby going 6 of 21.
And I don't think Champagne's going to be the only guy hitting shots from downtown. You know, Castle's got to have a better game tonight. He's starting to run his mouth, too. So he needs to be a little careful on that.
Yeah. And Fox is not going to go 3 of 13.
I honestly should hate Steph Castle.
Why?
Runs his mouth. Lights might be too big, gets in altercations for no reason with some people. But I can't quit him, dude. I'm obsessed with him.
Just because he's a UConn guy?
No. I mean, part of it is his hair. I do love his hair a lot.
Great hair.
I just like combo guards. I like guards that can shoot the 3 when needed and play nice defense. I'm a Klay Thompson guy.
I mean, Steph's a great player. He's going to be a great player for his career. I look at this and I don't think Fox is going to go 3 of 13. I think Wemby's going to go 6 of 21. People are like, well, Jalen Brunson's going to be more efficient. I'm like, is he? Because he's still got to deal with Wemby.
And he can be inefficient efficiently, if that makes sense.
Sure, but the other side of this is, well, you're not going to get the Champagny game. I'm like, well, the Knicks aren't going to get the Landry Shamet game either. Like,
that's the question for me. Okay, we have all these coming out of game one. We have all these things that we feel the Spurs need to be better at. Okay, Wemby, look more around you. Don't be buns shooting De'Aaron Fox. We've got a lot of things that we know the Spurs can improve on and fix.
Think about the Spurs in every series when you were kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I think that Minnesota game, you're like, ooh, I think Minnesota's really going to press them. I'm like, I think Minnesota has 9 more levers to pull. I look at that game and I go, there's 9 more levers the Spurs have to pull right now. You know what I mean? Like, Fox can be infinitely better. Wemby can be infinitely better.
Steph Castle can be better.
Steph Castle can be better. The bench can be better outside of Dylan Harper. Like, the number of things.
Cornette and Barnes looking at you too.
Yeah, like the number of things I look at when I look at the Knicks, I go, yeah, Brunson can be more efficient. Cat was really solid. Hart, Hart can be better offensively. Yeah, but also Hart can not grab 15 boards.
If Hart does all that, he never has to take a shot as far as I'm concerned.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, people look at the Knicks like, well, the Knicks didn't play their best game. I'm like, yeah, because that's the Spurs and what they do defensively, guys. I trust them defensively every single night.
That's what I was going to ask you about the Knicks tonight. I feel like the Knicks, the way they played, the emotion to Casey's point that he hammers on and I fully agree with, the Cat with the positive energy, Jalen hitting the late circus shots, Hart being the handyman for everything, OG being a defensive guy who can hit a shot from time to time, and Bridges being off-ball and on-ball creation. If you're the Knicks, do you just run it back tonight?
It's the Spurs adjustments.
Yeah, the Spurs have to adjust. The Knicks can kind of go out there and play the way they've been playing.
You're going to tweak a few things, but you're not
changing things.
No.
The Knicks shot the worst that they have in the playoffs in game one that they had the entire Eastern Conference series. You just got to hope that the shots start to land. You hope that Jalen Brunson doesn't go, was it 0 of 7 or 1 of 7 in the first half?
Yeah, he was 5 of 16, I think, at the end of the third. No, halfway into the third. So he was like, and again, he was 5 of 9 in the fourth quarter. He was incredible in the fourth quarter.
13 points in the fourth.
Yep.
When you've won 12 in a row, and most of that 12 is your offense dominating.
And then your offense didn't.
And then you have a couple games in there that your offense didn't dominate and you still won. Yeah, I don't think you want to mess with that.
And game one was the first time we've also seen the Knicks try to close out a game. We haven't seen them really trail in any
That's true.
game
First
this entire series.
What was it, the first game against Philly? That was the close game, right? And then after that, it was like, bye, everybody.
Yeah, see you later, bye.
First round against Cleveland was the 22-point comeback where Atkinson just didn't call the timeout.
Yep.
I saw an interesting stat today. Do you know that Paolo Banchero and Jalen Brunson have the same number of free throw attempts this postseason? This postseason. Paolo's been in Cancun for 2 weeks. Is Jalen not getting fair whistles? I really don't want to get into this like SGA foul baiting thing, but is Jalen not getting fair whistles?
I don't think that's
He's a point guard that drives.
But he also, the Spurs, number one, don't foul. And I know we're talking about playoffs, but just in general, the Spurs were the best team in the NBA about not committing fouls.
Number two, to Casey's point, the Knicks have been blowing people out.
You don't have to get downhill when everyone's hitting threes. That's what the Knicks have done. And like, it was like, well, the Knicks can shoot better. I'm like, yeah, but I trust the Spurs to continue to do this because this is what they have done to everybody defensively. For me, and this may sound arrogant as far as the Spurs are concerned, I don't think it's about what the Knicks do or don't do. I think it's about what the Spurs do or don't do.
I think the Knicks are the ones that set the pace tonight, and the Spurs have to play at their click. It's the reason why we saw Wemby gassed in the fourth quarter of that game one.
The Spurs seem to pull out of it every time. To your point about what I was saying, like I'm kind of like, I don't know right now, and you're like,
they learn.
And they learn. I said this going into game one. I just wonder if we're out of runway for learning. Like we've hit the wall.
It's fair.
And it's possible. And I don't know how much I believe the youth versus experience situation, because last time I checked, none of these Knickerbockers have been in an NBA Finals.
Nope. Barnes.
Harrison Barnes is the most.
Oh, sorry, Knicks.
He's
Even of both teams.
Cornette, too.
Even of both teams. Cornette was there with Boston. So you got Luke Cornette and Harrison Barnes, who are doing squadouche for you, depth-wise, because you're more of a Carter Bryant.
Vassell?
No, sixth man of the year.
Keldon
Johnson, thank you. That's your bench that you need productivity from. So I don't know.
You're just relying on Barnes and Cornette to not screw it up.
Exactly, which is why they go out there and,
Not
for the
screw it
most
up.
part, don't screw it up. Because I think the Knicks average 29 is their age, and the Spurs average 24. Nobody's been here. It is true. I keep going back to this point in my head of the Knicks closed out the Spurs, and they haven't had to do that, really, outside of maybe game one against
Outside
Philly.
of game one against Cleveland, I'd say as well.
Was Cleveland close to game
Well,
one?
they were up
That was
22.
a 22-point comeback.
Oh, right. That's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big one. Is that on the Knicks, though? I feel like that's more on Cleveland.
It's a little
That's a
column A, little
that's-
column B.
That's a little Jim Harden.
The Philly one, too, that's just you waiting out Joel Embiid being able to play more than one game.
Let's see. Spread is 6.5. Over under 216.5. Who you guys got? My gambling experts.
I'm
here.
taking Spurs.
To cover.
Yeah.
It opened at 5.5. Is bet up to 6.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the Spurs tonight.
New York's going to shoot the living crap out of the ball tonight. A lot of them are going to go. I got New York.
2-0.
Spicy. Well, I should probably double down on my theory that the NBA is semi-rigged and guys take it off. So I should probably take the Spurs by 10, right? By that.
But so you're going to take the Knicks?
You know what, Danny? No. I'm going to go against what I normally do,
Okay.
which is wrong. I'm going to take the Spurs tonight. I'm going to take the Spurs by 15.
Okay.
I bet you Wemby has a monster game tonight.
I have a reeling suspicion he's going to sort some things out.
Did you see Zach Lowe the other day? Said that, I think it's Zach Lowe. It might have been Mark Stein. I think it was on the Zach Lowe show, so I don't remember if it's Zach Lowe or Mark Stein. You know what he said? De'Aaron Fox, good player. Dylan Harper needs more minutes. Just saying.
Got to find him.
Just saying.
Gotta find
If we
him.
come back on Monday, dude. If we come back on Monday and they're down 0-2 and Dylan Harper's playing that well and Fox has another Buns game, don't tell you I told you so.
Well, I mean, again, it's a nuclear code. So if you're going to push that button,
Again, if the Knicks are up 2-0, headed back to MSG, too.
See, I wonder if the Knicks are up 2-0. I'm going to derail us here for a second. If the Knicks go up 2-0 and you decide to start Dylan Harper instead of De'Aaron Fox, because I thought you brought up a really great point after, I think it was yesterday we were talking about it, or the day before, that if Mitch Johnson pulls that trigger and does start Dylan Harper, if it doesn't go well, it goes on Dylan Harper. If they're down 2-0 and they put in Dylan Harper and it doesn't work, I don't think he takes that slack.
no.
I don't think he loses credibility.
No.
Because they'll say, well, they're down 0-2 going back to New York. They got to try something.
Got to figure it out.
I think he gets a free pass in that. It'll be interesting tonight. 5:30 kick, as I like to say.
Yeah.
5:30 kick on ABC. When we come back, Jeff Passan has some interesting rumors floating around in Seattle, Washington. That's Danny. I'm Patrick, and this is the Fan Sports Network.
The new
We'll slide back into the NFL here in a moment. Friendly reminder, I think the right crew is on the game tonight. I think it's the Tony Brothers crew. Is on the Spurs game tonight. Sorry, the Knicks game tonight.
Don't get me started on the refs that were selected for the finals.
Well, who's the other dude though? The replay genius. Steve?
No.
Mark.
No, stop. God, Billy Kennedy.
Billy Kennedy. No.
Yeah.
Who's the guy with the jet black hair?
Billy Kennedy. Billy Kennedy's the one that's a little zesty up there. Otherwise, you have Zach Zarba.
Billy Kennedy?
Yeah.
Ref. Let's see. Nope, I'm not thinking of Bill Kennedy.
Okay, look up Zach Zarba.
Zach Zarba. That's the guy.
Okay.
I like him.
Billy Kennedy is the replay king.
Okay.
But Zach Zarba, for my money, is the best ref in basketball.
Okay, yeah. Is he on the crew tonight? Is he with Tony Brothers? Because I hope so, because I like him. He's chief referee for, is this real? Game 6 of the finals?
Let's see.
It's all the same guys, right? They just rotate who's in charge?
No, so there's what is it, 12 guys? So you've got on the refs that were selected were Curtis Blair, Tony Brothers, James Capers, Mark Davis, Tyler Ford, Scott Foster, John Goble, Josh Tiven, James Williams, Sean Wright, all right, and Zach Zarba. So there you go.
It's all rigged anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, there's some guys in there I definitely do not like seeing their names here. But it is what it is.
According to Jeff Passan, senior insider, the Adam Schefter of Major League Baseball, there is a very large growing feeling that the Detroit Tigers will trade Tarek Skubal by the trade deadline, where he is going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and he is going to command a lot of money, and Detroit doesn't really want to pay that. And they're kind of struggling right now in the Major League Baseball season. Jeff Passan suggests the best place for him to land would be the Seattle Mariners. They don't have a lefty in that starting rotation, but they already got 6 guys.
Sounds like that's a good place for you to maybe park some of those guys.
Going to go to 7 guys? Well, I mean, if you're going to trade for Tarek Skubal, even though it's a rental, obviously if you want to trade for him, you're going to want to have some sort of idea if you're going to get an extension.
Castillo's probably gone.
Castillo's probably gone to match the money.
Yeah, but you're also giving up the youngest guy.
You're going to have to give up probably Bryce Miller or Brian Wu.
Yeah, which you do.
If the Tigers are willing to take Miller instead of Wu, I think you pull that trigger.
I think you pull the trigger no matter what.
Brian Wu could be really good.
Or you could have the guy that is really good. Are you kidding me right now?
Brian Wu's coming off of an injury. Skubal might have the lingering injury.
I don't know if I want to give up Brian Wu.
For Skubal?
I think that's the one guy that I wouldn't touch in the rotation.
Brian Wu? Yeah.
I wouldn't touch Brian.
You want George Kirby? I'll give you George Kirby.
I think you're both insane.
You want Emerson Hancock? I'll give you Emerson Hancock.
Brian Wu could be the best pitcher in baseball. Tarek Skubal has been the best pitcher in baseball. What are we doing here?
Could be. One is.
Yeah.
2 times Cy Young. Yeah.
It's like when I hear Blazers fans like I don't know if I could I don't know if I give Shaden Sharp for Giannis. I'm just like, what do you mean?
How many games
we
has
made
Tarek
it.
Skubal thrown this year?
We made
don't care.
2 hours and 22 minutes without you taking a shot at Shaden Sharp.
But insert player here. It's like what? Like,
you could have done that.
But that's the one I always gets tossed in
I
there.
know,
It's just like what? No, dude. No.
I think
now, again, this comes with the signing the extension.
Exactly. And baseball doesn't always work like basketball does. Like because of how max contracts are structured in the NBA, Giannis would be stupid not to take that deal. So you're trading for him well under the assumption that he's going to trigger that and sign the max.
Discussions have been had.
It doesn't always work like that in Major League Baseball.
Sure. I mean, I get that, but like you're doing it with a handshake agreement.
They got a lot of guys in their pitching prospect too. If you didn't want to give up any of those big dudes, Ryan Sloan, Kate Anderson, those are your top prospects for the Seattle Mariners. Also, I don't know. Did you hear what Doc Roberts said the other day about the Dodgers? They asked him if they would be interested in looking for a starting pitcher. I say from the American League at the trade deadline. And he goes, "We have the minor league system to do it."
He's not wrong.
I know. He just looked at the camera dead in the eye and was like, "Yeah, we could if you want us to." That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why, dude? Just wait. Just wait. Don't pay the prospects, and you can sign them to $1 billion in the offseason. Also, Dude, he had floating bones in his elbow a month ago. I don't know, man, dude. I like Tarek Skubal a lot. I'm not trying to take away from him. He's going to command a hefty price, and I don't know if I got that. You want Luis Castillo and Bryce Miller? Have them. I don't know if I'm giving up Cade Anderson for a rental.
Again, I'm taking the rental out of it.
However, okay, let me talk myself into this. Let me slowly walk this back and talk myself into this. What would the 2016 World Series have done for me as a Cleveland Indians fan?
Yeah.
What did 2016 do for Chicago Cubs fans?
We had this discussion about your cheap ownership so many times.
We do it all the time.
How nice would it have been if you had gotten a bat?
What did 2015 do for the Kansas City Royals? Dude, take the Dirts of the world and their San Francisco Giants, who haven't won a World Series since 2014, and they're like, we're good, we got 3. If you're the Mariners, you go get Skubal, that nice lefty, 2-time Cy Young winner, to throw in the postseason as you're trying to win. You're trying to appear in your first World Series ever, and appearing in the World Series ain't good enough for Seattle, in my opinion, this year. It ain't. You guys are titles are bust. I know the Dodgers are sitting there in front of you and the National League is loaded, but those guys might beat the ever-loving hell out of each other in the playoffs. And if that's the case,
why not go get the guy that can be the best pitcher in baseball?
And that might be the reason why you do it.
To your question, Case, he's had 7 starts this year. He's got 43 innings pitched. He's got 45 strikeouts. He's got a 2.7 ERA.
It's pretty good.
He's still got the goods. I'm not worried about him.
He did look like he was going to win the Cy Young again. What's the American League look like in the Cy Young?
And his strikeout to walk ratio is 7.5 to 1.
Well, yeah,
he's always
been that way.
With over a strikeout per inning. He's got a K rated almost 10.
He's always
Cade Smith, Gavin Williams, Cam Schlittler, Parker Messick, Will Warren, Davis Martin, Brian Baker, Shane McClanahan, Nick Martinez, and Spencer Arrighetti. That's your top 10 in the AL Cy Young predictor.
Let's see. My Cy Young prediction right now is most likely, if I had a vote, I'm going the Schlitt.
Yeah, it's Miz and Schlittler.
I'm probably going Schlitt. Look at that Parker Messick. What's up, baby? Turning me on.
But yeah, if you're looking at making that deal, you just do it.
I think if you're Seattle, yeah. I think if you're the Dodgers, you might say no.
If it's your prospects, the salary cap's about to go to hell. Go for it.
Yeah, I guess
go for it.
If there's not going to be a season next year, grab one for the road.
Go for it. Those are the 2 teams that have absolutely no reason to not do it.
Dude, I'm so ready for playoff baseball right now.
Because you're not going to get it for another year?
No, it's not that. Just get me there. I think I already know. Like, not who's going to win, but I know who's good and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what are we looking at right now? Wild card is Yankees, White Sox, A's. Booyah! Sign me up for that.
Uh-oh.
Pittsburgh, St. Louis, the Phillies, Padres, and Diamondbacks all vying for 3 spots. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to go in Major League Baseball playoffs. I want to see the Rays in the playoffs. I want to see my Guardians win so I can cash out on that ticket. Mariners are finally playing good baseball, too.
I do not want to see the Rays in the playoffs.
Why not?
Because they're good.
You don't. Oh, yeah. I forget you NL East guys all like poo-poo on the Rays until they show up and start kicking your booty.
And they go, what the heck is this?
Ah, damn it.
We play you down in the summer in Tampa. Like, what? When did this happen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's got to be such a tough call when you're that kind of smaller market team. What a World Series win would do for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just an appearance. It's a win. Tarek Skubal would help you out.
Who can you add outside of
Nobody.
The top 3 players in baseball that has more of an impact?
I don't think that there is a player on the level from the pitching side that is
gettable.
The quality of Tarek Skubal that's available.
No.
That's why I'm really worried that this trade deadline is not going to be super awesome because I don't know what's available.
Somebody always surprises.
It's true. I mean, Joe Ryan for the Twins will be available. I don't really care about that. Anybody on the Mets not named Juan Soto is probably available.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's not a prospect or a player on
God's green earth
that I'm not parting with.
Especially if you just want that series. All right. You've convinced me. But you can't have
Brian Wu. Come on, man.
You can't have Brian Wu.
Yes, you can. You can
for a rental. Brian Wu is a proven commodity.
You're just saying rental.
He is a rental.
How do you know that?
Because I don't think the Mariners can afford to pay what he's going to cost.
Well, then, sit it out. Play scared.
Bryce Miller. Have Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo.
Like I said.
Side note, it would be really funny if Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo got traded to Detroit, being the piggyback starters that they are for the Mariners. And then they're like,
keep them together.
Dude, like, well, we got the same plane tickets. Like, yeah, we actually booked a room, an apartment for you in Detroit. You guys are roommates now.
Like I said, there's nobody on that staff that I wouldn't give up.
We're Kentucky, bro. That's Kentucky.
When we come back, let's make fun of Niner again, huh? The former captain strikes back. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by A&E Plumbing, Heating and Air, serving Portland, Southwest Washington, and the Gorge. Online at aneheatingandcooling.com. It's hard to stop a train. First on the Fan, Game 2 of the NBA Finals is tonight, back again in San Antonio as the Knicks lead 1-0 in the series. The Spurs come into the contest as 6.5-point betting favorites as we get set for a 5:30 tip-off. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes rallied for 3 goals in the third period to force overtime, ultimately stealing Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final 4-3 to tie the series up at 1 game apiece against the Golden Knights. Game 3 will be back in Vegas as the Knights come into the contest as early 1.5 goal betting favorites. Vegas defenseman Braden McNabb, he left the game early last night after taking a puck to the face in the first period, and his status for the remainder of the Cup Final remains uncertain. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire will host the Phoenix Mercury tonight at 7 p.m. inside the Moda Center. The Fire come into the contest as 2.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And finally, some MLB news for you as Yankees outfielder and 3-time AL MVP Aaron Judge has been diagnosed with a stress fracture in his right first rib, and he is expected to miss some time. Judge will be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks as he is expected to return at some point this season. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. But hey, did you know the 12th annual Fan Golf Classic presented by Toyota is sold out? Foursomes in this year's tournament at Langdon Farms Golf Club. Well, they win in record time. If you missed out on this year's event, be sure to jump on it early next year. It's the most fun day in golf. We do it every single year. A big special thank you to our sponsors for this year's tournament. Victor Rico's is back, so you get breakfast burritos in the morning. Matt's Barbecue will feed you post-round. The hosts, that's all of us. The infamous 6-hole Angels Envy Bourbon will be posted up there all day. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by our friends at Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Illegal Mezcal, Pub Beer Cheap Fun, Apex Golf Club, and Window Nation.
Down goes Anderson! Down goes Anderson!
That's Tom Hamilton.
It is.
On the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. It's a beautiful day, and if you need tires, check out Paulie's Tires down on 42nd. I'm going to watch the Guardians game today.
Yeah.
I think the joke's on me. I don't think they play today. Oh, no, I think we're in Texas. Oh, do I get a night game tonight? 5:15. Close enough. Apple TV, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, why
Apple TV games
Why
are
watch a
great.
Spurs game finals when you can watch a Guardians June game?
Damn, you're right. I can't even quad box it.
You shouldn't.
Parker Messick and Kumar Rocker, dude. Kumar Rocker's a nice prospect. Parker Messick's going to finish top 5 Cy
Don't
Young.
sit here and tell me this.
17 strikeout perfect game at Vanderbilt, Kumar Rocker.
Just saying, that's a nice little pitching matchup
I
tonight.
don't care.
I wonder if my
Baseball's the literal last thing that would cross my mind tonight.
I wonder if my wife will let me get like a big TV in my office and then use the small one for like just baseball.
Why?
So then I can have, because then I could watch the Spurs in large TV size, but then have a little baseball game underneath.
You have an iPad, don't you?
Yeah, I don't like the iPad. It's too small. My eyes, I end up squinting in it. It just sucks to be a part of.
Or you could just watch the basketball game.
Which is what I'll probably do. I'm going to build that. Sectional tonight. Well, I'm almost done with it, so it'll be pretty quick. There is a 72-inch screen up there.
There you go.
We in the trust tree here, circle of trust here. I had a 68-inch TV up there that I mounted to the wall. One day I came in there and it was no longer mounted to the wall.
Didn't get a stud, did you?
No, I got the stud. Turns out I bought the wrong
Mount. Too light.
Too light.
They tell you how big it's rated for.
I know, and I think I read it wrong. Or I grabbed the wrong box. The TV landed on one of my speakers.
Speaker one.
Speaker one.
That'll happen.
So now I've got a TV with a giant hole in it in the bottom right in my garage. That is for free if anybody wants to come to my house and get it.
Throw it in the trash.
Does it still work?
It's a little big to throw in the trash. I think it still works. You interested?
I might be.
Look at this guy.
I've got a Vizio from 2008 in my apartment.
There you go.
I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to spend some time in my garage this weekend working on cleaning it up. I'll throw it on there. I'll see if it works.
My TV's so old it still makes the noise when you turn it on.
Oh, the hum.
It's got the hum.
Nice.
If I turn it on and the picture's not bad, I'll bring it in on Monday for you.
I've got a
Sound
truck.
good? You got a truck. We'll make sure it's not raining. I'll bring a tarp if need be, but I'm going to want that tarp back. You don't understand. I'm 40 years old. If you borrow my tarp, I want it back.
Tarps and straps are important, man.
Kevin O'Connell, Freudian slip here on old Niner.
Yeah, I think he's handled it really well. He's been great in the meeting rooms. I'm spending a little bit more time with those guys and just the dialogue between the group. Obviously, the great questions you get from those guys as we're going through the installation process. And, we have really guys that are all at different stages of not only their career, but their understanding and application of our offense. So there's many times where Kyler may have a question that, mirrored a question that JJ had during his year on the grass last year and playing, and there's dialogue that comes. There's been tweaks to the offense that we've made off of some of those conversations and dialogue. But he's been great in the meeting room. He's been great on the grass, and as always, he's as a captain and a guy that helps lead our team. He's been phenomenal there as well.
Did you just say as a former captain?
Ruh-roh.
No, I
don't think it's a Freudian slip. I think he just said,
whatever.
I never liked him to begin with.
My least favorite kid anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you can't do this in the NFL, but can you not be still a captain of the team and be a backup quarterback? Look, dude, Kyler Murray does not strike me as like leadership, commandant, captaincy over there.
Yeah, but the answer is no.
Again, the quarterback's not always the leader in the locker room.
That's true.
Look
Like
in San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not Purdy.
Jameis is probably more of a leader than Jackson is right now.
100%.
Dude, I don't know. We both traded that quip that Jameis had about the Jackson Dart, Abdul Carter thing that I don't think we need to get into. That's leadership to me. That's a captain.
Who did the media ask the question to?
They asked Jameis.
They asked both Abdul and Jackson, but it was Jameis's comments that started to mend it.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, the McCarthy rah-rah stuff, it's worse Tebow. It's worse Tebow. That's what it is.
I can't believe Tebow could actually play in comparison to J.J. McCarthy.
Had to do that one to me.
Sorry. But you know what I mean? Like, it just, you can say what you want about Tebow's production, but he did win.
Once, yeah.
No, I mean, in general, he did win.
Just the once.
I'm
sorry.
I didn't do it. I'm talking about regular season. Like, he did
I didn't do
games.
it. Demarius Thomas did it, not me.
Because Ryan Clark has the sickle cell trait that now is cured. Again, it's a whole thing.
Whoa, dude. Maybe back then you would have got some sympathy out of me.
It's the reason why Ryan Clark couldn't play in Denver.
I understand that, and I know that reason, and that really stinks for him. Back then, you get my sympathy card on that. Today's Ryan Clark, dude, you get zero sympathy from me on that.
But point being here that J.J. McCarthy, like, his teammates saw it. He's not good.
Yeah.
And then he got stupid at the end of the season, got hurt celebrating trucking a DB. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You can't do all that stuff and be buns.
No, you can't. Obviously, he is not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
I'm dead serious when I say this. It feels like Josh Rosen 2.0. Like not even like getting a secondary chance as a backup. Like he might be done.
Like, yeah, what was Rosen in the league for 3 years?
2.
Didn't even finish out his rookie deal?
No, he didn't.
Could JJ
He
do
might
that?
have been 3. Might have been 3. But I mean, it was over like that, man. You got it, Case?
Pulling it up right now.
Yeah, I don't think even Jamarcus Russell
played a total of 24 games from 2018 to 2021,
and then was out of the league.
Gone.
I wonder what he's up to right now. Is he a rich kid?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the hot tub in his dorm room, but I just
he's a Cali
assumed that
kid
was.
who went to UCLA.
I just assumed that's NIL pre-NIL. You know what I mean? Hey.
But I mean, like McCarthy has never been it. He's never been it, man.
He's an investment banker at J.P. Morgan.
An investment banker at J.P. Morgan, Josh
He's
Rosen.
doing fine.
Is he in L.A.? I'm sure he's not in Arizona.
It's probably one of New York or L.A.
My brother-in-law used to work at J.P. Morgan. I'd be like, hey, do you know a Josh Rosen guy? He's like, actually, I do. Josh is a really cool guy. Yeah. Do you know that he played in the NFL? No.
Josh Rosen made a total of $18 million, a little over $18 million in career cash earnings during his NFL career.
He's probably investing that just right.
Yeah, and he came from money, so it was all taken care of.
Probably just fine.
All right, closing arguments. Send you on your way. That's next. 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
And the pitch. Bouncing ball out to shortstop. Plucked out of the air by Turner. Goes to second in time. And Christopher Sanchez has moved past Bob Gibson. He is now 5th all-time in consecutive scoreless innings in Major League Baseball history.
Christopher Sanchez, the highest shutout innings by a lefty of all time, as he passed one of my favorite pitchers of all time in Bob Gibson. I don't think anybody's touching Hershiser, though, at 88 and a third, 88 and 2/3. I can't remember exactly what it is. But congratulations to him on potentially a Cy Young season. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's Homze. Homesy.com.
We just finished our...
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Danny tells me I'm not allowed to watch baseball tonight, so I'm looking ahead to the weekend to see what I want to watch here. A lot of good pitchers on the bump if you want to catch up with baseball a little bit.
You can do this weekend.
Yeah. On Saturday, Pittsburgh is at Atlanta. That's a 1:10 first kick. Braxton Ashcraft versus Spencer Strider. That is worth watching.
Did you say first kick?
I did. That is worth watching. Milwaukee at Colorado at 6:10. Just trust me on this. Jacob Mizorowski on the bump. You'll want to watch him. That is worth watching. Angels at Dodgers Saturday night at 7:10. Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound against some guy not gonna work here anymore for the Angels. The morning game on Sunday, Cam Schlittler on the mound for the New York Yankees. What else do we got here? Anything else good this weekend? Cleveland at Texas. Joey Cantillo, Jacob deGrom on Sunday. I'm into that. Emmett Sheehan, 1 o'clock for the Dodgers. He's pretty good. San Francisco, Chicago is the Peacock game on Sunday night.
I don't know why I'm entertaining this. You need to stop. You need help.
Well, after tonight, there's no basketball. I guess I'll watch. Is Stanley Cup on Saturday or Sunday? Stanley Cup, Stanley. Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Saturday, 5 o'clock.
Okay, all right. They don't get their travel bugaboo up in their skis from Carolina, my Carolina Trailblazers against the Vegas Golden Knights. Saturday at 11:30, friendly on TNT from Soldier Field. That would be USA hosting Germany.
Yeah, we're 15 hours away from World Cup actually kicking off, right? The World
15
Cup
hours?
Yeah, the actual coverage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, when Fox starts getting off their lazy patoot and doing something? Oh, I'll watch wall to wall of that. Yeah. I almost fired up my old BBC Live. What is it? Five Live BBC podcast that I used to listen to. They do really good World Cup coverage. Plus, it's awesome listening to Brits trash their own team.
Nobody hates England more than England.
They don't.
It's great.
Yeah. Well, 1776, 1812, never forget. Never forget.
And, some world wars.
Well, I mean, we bailed them out in those. The other two, they directly attacked us.
Imagine that. Just think of that for a second. You whoop somebody's butt so hard that you go help them? Like, I've got to feel sorry for them.
I think it's mutual respect there.
I'm just saying.
We left them. We didn't want to pay taxes, so we formed a country that pays taxes.
Threw that tea right in the ocean.
Yeah.
In the harbor.
The hot tea in the harbor.
Do you think that's why they all talk like that? They were just drinking that tea for years?
The harbor.
So they had that stupid accent?
Was the water clean enough back then that you could have drank cold tea?
Probably.
No, dude, I bet you like, dude, that's straight fecal matter going into the
sewage back then.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot like the Seine River in France now.
They were still throwing.
You're not wrong. I like that you took the chance to throw shade at Paris and the French, but you were also not incorrect.
That was when people were throwing stuff out of their windows.
I mean, yeah, you're just like, psh.
Kind of what they do in France.
Still to this day. Just on the street.
Remember the Olympics? Everybody forget that they were afraid to swim in the river because there was actual poop floating in it?
That's gross.
Good.
That's gross. Let's see. More gambling. Alabama State.
Yeah, 4 more players.
4 more players. Is this basketball?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Almost like it's an actual problem.
Why is it always in basketball?
Again, basketball and baseball, what are the things that are easiest to fix?
Yeah. Single impact by a player.
Let's see. Some guy named Jonathan Cooper was arrested for domestic violence by the Broncos. Well, the Broncos didn't arrest him. He plays for the Broncos.
They might have been driving a Bronco.
Was it you telling me yesterday that everybody was advised to not drive a white Bronco last
night? Slow,
night?
high-speed chase. Because it's been 32 years.
And it was it was in June, huh?
Yeah.
OJ's in
NBA
June.
Finals.
I did see that Nicole Brown, her sister.
I was going to say, Nicole Brown's talking?
No.
That should have led the show.
Fair point. I was having a conversation with Nicole Brown Simpson yesterday. Really?
Go on.
Continue, please.
I was talking to somebody in a jail cell.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Wow.
In the middle of the show, it's just,
Yeah.
Mr. Harris, we're going to have a conversation with you. No, apparently her sister made like magnets to commemorate like her birthday or something and used a picture from her and OJ's wedding.
Photoshopped him out, right?
I don't think so. Just a reminder, if I did it.
The glove don't fit.
He's photoshopped out.
Okay.
He is photoshopped.
He's photoshopped
Okay, you looked
out.
at it?
But there's one photo where that's OJ's shoulder.
The juice.
Hey, sometimes you just have a picture you really like.
Looks like Baker Mayfield's looking for a new contract and they're not anywhere close. Dude, I don't know. What do you pay Baker? 3 years? How much more has he got left in the tank? 5 years,
He's
maybe?
31.
Yeah, 5.
He's definitely pretty beat up. I love Baker.
I don't think that body's going to age well.
Nah, I mean, if you can...
Struggled a lot with injury last year.
Yeah, and he played through it. That's the thing is he's tough as nails, man. Probably wants, 50, 55?
55 a year?
I'd probably assume it's probably what he's looking for.
Somewhere more than Brock Purdy.
He was in MVP conversations at the start of the year until that shoulder went.
More than Brock Purdy. Probably around Trevor Lawrence money. Isn't he about 55? Trevor Lawrence, 55, 60.
Legitimately, how many quarterbacks are better than Baker? He's a top 10 quarterback.
Maybe 7.
That's what I'm saying. He's a top 10 quarterback.
I will take Josh Allen.
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Matt Stafford,
Lamar, Joe,
Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, I don't know.
Him and Sam are probably about the same spot.
Jared Goff is probably where
I think he's lower down that list for me. I think you guys are going to hate what I have to say.
Who do you have in front of him?
I'll take Herbert in front of him.
Yuck.
I will take Jordan Love over him.
Nope.
I'm really high on Jordan Love.
Yeah,
I should
no.
probably knock that off. I'll take Sam Darnold over Baker, too.
I think they're the same level.
I think I'll take Brock, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about it.
You'll probably take Brock for the price that you
I'll
can
take
get him
Brock
at,
for the price
which
and
is
the
cheaper
age.
than Baker.
Yes. Trevor Lawrence, I don't know. Very different quarterbacks.
So,
Trevor got that gun, you know. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for being a part of our week. We'll catch you next week. Game 3 of the finals will be on Monday. We'll recap all that action and anything else from over the weekend. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
bye.